Welcome to the Lonewolf Paranormal. My name is Mike, the Fallen Angel. Today I got some special guests, and I'm gonna go ahead and let them introduce themselves. Go ahead, girls, take it away.
Hey, what's going on? My name is Sydney Reyes.
I'm Jennifer Reuter.
And I'm Jennifer Sprague.
And we are the Ghoul Gals Paranormal.
And I'd like to welcome you to the show. And now, first things first, I want to know how did you guys get? What brought y'all together? Like, what was the inspiration with your paranormal?
Well, we were all part of the same formal team, and we just kind of clashed off each other. We fell in love with each other instantly, and we all got the same calling that we needed to form our own team, and we needed to show everyone in the paranormal field that basically women can do it as best as men can.
Yeah, I can see you guys have a connection. I can see that really. Like to me, when I thought, to me, it looks like y'all seem like you guys know each other. Like, but I mean, it seems like you guys know each other for a long time. That's how I
It
feel.
feels that
I see it.
way.
Yeah, definitely, it feels, and that's good. That's good. That's awesome.
Yeah, it definitely feels that way. So I'll say it. We were a part of Midnight Paranormal Society.
Okay.
And now we are our own group, Ghoul Gals Paranormal. And we've gotten a lot of support from a lot of different paranormal teams, a lot of people in the paranormal world. So we really appreciate it. But yeah, we just decided to be our own group. And we just, like we said, we have this bond that we can't stop, because I actually just came back from a big break that I had, that I felt like I emotionally needed. There's a lot of things going on in my life, but Sydney randomly accidentally called me. And then I had a random dream about Jen, who I've only met twice, actually. So yeah, I've only met her twice. I had a dream about her, and so that's why I decided to come back. And then now we're Gals Paranormal.
That's cool. I love y'all's name, and I like the bond you guys have. This is something that it's really good for the paranormal field. Because when you're out there, you need that positivity. You don't know what you're dealing with. We don't know what you're dealing with, demons, and all that is negativity. That's good. I was really looking forward to meeting y'all. When Art told me about y'all, I was like, he's like, when I know he posted like you should be in Lone Paranormal, I was like, real quick, I saw that message, and I was like, okay, I got to get these guys on the show. I got to get to know these guys. So what experiences have you had that like individually like that got you withdrawn in the paranormal, or actually made you believers of the paranormal?
Sydney?
For me, my uncle was a cop, and so my aunt was like, let's have a slumber party. So we had a slumber party, just girls, of course, and probably 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, I'm laying in bed, and it's cold, and I can touch the vent, and the vent is off, but it's freezing cold. So I turn to look towards the window to see if maybe it's open, and I can see a shadow lady. I can see her shoulders, I can see her hair, and I try screaming for help, but nothing comes out. I was raised in a Catholic household, so I covered my head, I started to pray, and when I got done praying, I was soaked in sweat. I was just scared out of my mind.
And this was like you're sleeping, when you were like
Yeah.
asleep.
When I was asleep, and I woke up because I was cold. I was freezing cold. So the next morning, we're at the table, and I'm crying my eyes out, and my aunt's like, you need to calm down and tell me what happened. So finally, I compose myself, and I start telling her about this lady in the room. Well, her daughters try to join in, and she's like, no, this is too scary, go over there. And the younger one's like, Mom, if you're talking about the old lady in our room, we already know. And my aunt's like, what old lady? Then her sister joins in and goes, Mom, the old lady who sits on the bed and watches us play, or she'll stare out the window. And my aunt looks at me, looks at them, and she's like, y'all are crazy, there's no old lady. As soon as she said that, their bedroom door slammed shut. We bolt out of that house. And I can say that's what got me into the paranormal, seeing my first shadow person.
That's awesome. That's freaky. That
Yeah.
is freaky.
It was something, to say the least. I haven't gone back to that house, though. I refuse to.
So like, was the presence evil? Did you sense some malevolent like feeling or like?
So I come from a long line of curanderas. So I am I'm an empath and I'm also a medium.
Mhm.
I did not feel it as a scary present. I honestly think she needed help. But being at the age of 12, not knowing I'm gifted, not knowing what this thing is, I was terrified.
Oh yeah.
But when I stop and think about it, I honestly think she just needed help.
Yeah, and most spirits are like that. I mean, from what I seen and what I feel, they're just trying to reach out. Like have them, or because they don't. Some know, some can't accept the fact they're dead, and some
Right.
I think are lost in between. Like they say, the parallel. I think stuck on both sides. I guess what you can say. And
Hmm.
I feel that a lot when I go to those investigations. I feel like when they touch me, I kind of go into like a trance. Like it's kind of like you daydream, and I'll see what they're trying to show me. I'm
Right.
not a fluent medium where like I can just think and be like, oh, there it is. Like it just happens at will at the right time. You know,
Hmm.
but that's kind of how I am. So I can't say I'm a full fledged medium because I know some they just like they have that gift where they can just do it at will. But mine is just at certain points. I guess whether it's gonna help me out in life or something's trying to direct me a certain way.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you, Jennifer?
Which one?
Jennifer, I was gonna say Jennifer one or two. What about Jennifer? Jennifer Reuter.
Okay. Hi. For me, it began when I was a little girl. I was raised by my grandparents, so I lived in their house, and strange things would always happen to me. I'd hear people whispering in my ear, and the one that stuck with me the most would be when I kept seeing and hearing someone sitting on my grandmother's bed. And I would always see this, and no one ever believed me until they were alone in that room, and they'd feel it. One time in I finally got to high school, and this thing had been going on for years where someone was always sitting down and getting up. I came home in a bad mood, and this thing kept sitting down, getting up, sitting down, getting up. And I looked over to the bed, and cocky old me was like, would you just pick a spot or leave already? And next thing you know, I see something just like kind of push down on the bed, like they lie down, roll all over the place, and then it just abruptly stopped.
Wow,
And then I just saw like the light from my grandmother's uh, her window shine on the bed, and it never happened again.
that's crazy. That's cool that I actually listen to you. Like most ghosts, they're like I guess they're like I call them pranksters. They're like little jerks. Like they'll just turn off the light, they'll knock something over.
Yeah.
Just to let them know that they're here. Like we're here, and I'm just here to make your life miserable. They're
Yeah,
not
pretty
even
much.
harmful. They just like to play around. They're like big kids. And a lot of investigations I went to, that's all they were. They weren't really demonic. I think the one we went to was like, man, I think that was the scariest one when we saw that entity. Like, because you felt the house was so negative. Like it was like I can feel the anger in there. Like I could. So yeah, definitely. I mean that's sad. It's cool. I never had that. I seen it when I was a kid, but not as an adult. Like I haven't had anything like that. Like as far as like I see like an imprint on the bed, or I mean I seen like my house here. Like me and my daughter were both empaths, so like she sees stuff. She's 18, and like last night I was sleeping, and like by my window I could have sworn I saw someone right like moving around there, and then I look and there's no one there. And then I ask my daughter, like I test her, I say, hey, did you feel anything? And she's like, yeah, I just saw someone right there by the window.
Oh
You know,
wow.
so she knows, like when I know, she knows. And but yeah, it to me it's not scary. I see it driving home at night sometimes. I see like it's like people walking the street, but it's not. I look and
Hmm.
I know I saw
Yeah.
someone across the street. I'm like I just saw that, and then I look and they're gone. It's just like, and they're people, they're just like
Yeah.
night, and so to me it's not scary no more. It's not before it used to be, but like like now I see a scary face maybe, but like I've never seen anything that like demonic or anything that freaky yet at this point. Hopefully I never will, but you know, but yeah, that's cool. That's awesome. I mean, I like those experiences. What about you, Jennifer Rose?
So for me, I had a lot of experience when I was younger. I lived on a street that was just riddled with activity. Um, I actually want to go back there and investigate because it's So I lived in Northwest Crossing, and my grandma's house was on a little corner, and I had a lot of activity there. The house would, what I would say, is repeat itself. Um, there's a lot of stories there, and then I ended up moving across the street a little bit later on in my life, directly across the street, corner caddy to my grandparents' house. And in that house, there was a lot of activity. I would wake up and there would just be this face, like right in, like this demonic face. I would wake up and it'd just be right there.
Wow.
And I wake up from a dream and I wake and my eyes would open and be right there. My mom would be like, "Go back to sleep, pray to God." You know, turns out she was just as afraid as I was because she could feel my fear. So she was just like, "Just go back to sleep, pray, it'll go away." And at that house, I actually saw my first full body apparition. I was sitting there at the breakfast table when I was in 6th grade, and there was where the breakfast table was. You could see on the right hand side, you could see the living room. On the left hand side, you could see the kitchen. And I was eating. I looked up, and I saw this man walking right towards me, full body. It was like he was there, but a little bit see through, not completely like everybody says, but
Yeah.
walking right towards me. I looked up, I looked down, took one more bite of my cereal, like I'm gonna play it cool, and I walked up, dumped my cereal in the sink, and ran out of the house and ran all the way to school.
Yeah, funny.
So it's just experiences like that where you tell people as a kid, and the adults are like, "Oh, you're crazy. That's not true. Just don't tell people, be quiet about it." Things like that is what made me get into the field as an investigator, so that those people who are being told that they're crazy can we can gather evidence for them and prove that no, they're not crazy. These things are happening. We are living in you know in a universe where both living and dead are present, and there's some places where it's higher activity than others. We have to live together, and the best way to do that, because people want hard proof, is to give them the proof that they want.
And
So
that's
that's fine.
that's a thing I like to do because I know a lot of people they want that proof, but what's wrong with humans these days that they're scared of what they don't understand. So like let's say
Hmm.
if we all went out and we got the best evidence ever, like you said, we got a full apparition, you know, they still will
Yeah.
they'll contradict it like no, 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 it's Photoshop. No, 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 it's not real. They're doing something with the cameras. Um and it's
Yep.
normal. It's normal. You know what I mean? I mean, if we saw a little green man walking down the street, I mean, we're not gonna be like, "Oh, look, it's an alien." Okay, we finally realized we're not, we're not alone. But we're still gonna freak out, right? We're not gonna be cool with it and be like, "Okay, so now we're living among them." Me, I'm a believer in not just ghosts, but like on the paranormal. I'm a believer. Like I know for a fact that they're already here, aliens. I know that for a fact. I
Hmm.
know they're among us. Um, we have a history of existence. I know a lot of people don't think that, but it's the truth. And like I say, when you like in other videos, you always see me mention about meditation. you know Meditation's big. And if you know how to, that's why a lot of people you do yoga, but it's like a form of communication. A lot of people, if you study anything with UFOs and stuff and alien beings, like people will talk about that, like meditation is like a way to reach them. And it's also
Oh,
good in
that's
life.
awesome.
Yeah, like because you're trying to, like, your body, yourself here is you, but you're trying to reach your higher self. It's like kind of like the Matrix. Like you're reaching your higher being. And there's other guys on YouTube that talk about it. A spiritual soul is a guy that talks about it. There's
Hmm.
a lot of music out there, like I don't know if you heard of like DMT meditation. It's you can look it up on YouTube. Light music. It's all like sound waves, and it's weird because when you hear it, it hits your third eye. It's crazy. Like you can just blast it, and you'll hear make a sound, and it hits you right here. Like even my dad's not a believer in it. My dad's like hardcore. Like he's a Mormon, right? So we have a Catholic background, but he just converted. Um, but like I remember one time, he doesn't believe in us stuff. He's just like no, no, no. He and which is fine. I mean, If you believe in the Bible, that's cool. I mean, I don't know everything, but I remember one time I played that music and he heard it and he just I just see the reaction on his face. Like he was like, "What's that sound? I never heard it before." And so I know that all that is like, that, and honestly, that meditation, you can talk to spirits, and that's kind of what Steve Huff talks about. About meditation, like you gotta like you gotta, I guess, like meditate and get in tune with the ghost, like the ghost realm. That's what he
Mhm.
does. Like you see how they call him by name. They're like, "Hi, Steve." It's almost like we're all talking.
Oh,
And
wow.
that it's like that, and you can look up this meditation, like spiritual soul. If you hear him, he talks about everything. I mean, he talks about like what's going on in the world. He talks about red pill, blue pill. He talks about like everything that's going on between like, I mean, stuff like I want to talk about here, but I think I'd rather talk to you in person because
Yeah.
it makes more sense because like I can get more detail. But that's one reason why I got into paranormal too, because I'm just not into just like seeing ghosts, but it's like I want to understand the next world. Because I believe that we're all here for a purpose. I don't think we're just born here. Just we all have a calling. This could be your calling.
Okay.
And I believe when you die, you don't just die. Like I don't think it's just like you go to heaven,
Right.
that's it, you're cool. Because for me, that'd be boring. You know, like like you live in peace and you never do nothing. You just kick back and live in a lawn chair, and you're just gonna live your life the rest of your life. Like
Right.
That does sound boring.
that's a boring life. Like for eternity. Like come on. Like me, I'm always been had the warrior spirit. I'm like really in that, and I feel like in my former life, that's where I was. Like I'm always been a fighter. Always I like fighting. It's just like, but I always believe in fighting for the good. That's why I like Captain America is like my role model because that's kind of like the characteristics I hold. If you know Captain America the movie, then you know who I am. That's sort of, and that's who I am. I like to
Oh
fight
yeah.
for the great cause, for a good cause, not for the bad. And but that's what I like about paranormal. Like I want to help people. And even in real life, I'm like that too. I'm a nice guy. Like I help people out and but that's what got me more with the paranormal. And but I'm also into other things too besides paranormal. Like and I like to do meditation and about other in and out, other beings, like reaching, like my daughter, she's into witchcraft, but the good things,
Hmm.
and she's so knowledgeable. Like like she freaks me out because like she just sits, she'll go on her phone and she reads and she's just doing her thing and she's like doing little spells and stuff and she's explaining to me like all this cool stuff and I'm here like wow, like during the protest, um,
Did she do something?
no, she was reading up on there was these witches that were part of the protests, that were
Oh,
you know
yeah.
and
Oh yeah.
a lightning struck. I don't know if you heard about that,
Hmm.
right? Okay, well the witches that were there that came on TikTok, and it came out and they said our job is done. Like they cast that spell and that lightning and she told me about it and I was like first I was like nah, and then I go, well, let me look it up. We look it up and she looks it up on Google and it hit the monument, I believe. It struck the monument and the three cops that got hit by that, they were bad cops.
Oh, wow.
So
Also, the sky got purple.
yeah,
Like if you look at the pictures, the sky is purple, and they say in the witchcraft world, because I do tarot, I
yeah.
do a little bit of spells here and there. That purple hue in the sky, that's like our sign from up there, letting us know, hey, we got your back. We hear your message loud and clear. Now let us take over.
Yeah, like I know she tells me about deities and like Archangel, Zeus, all that. Like all
Yeah.
that is real. Like if you if
Oh yeah.
you if you know how to like I guess communicate with them, they can protect you. And then of course you got your bad deities too. And like
Hmm.
witchcraft is like it's weird because you would think it was just like the simple little spell thing, but man, it gets into like it like opens up like it's elaborate, like it's big. Like there's so many kind of
Yeah.
witches. Like my daughter was just going off a list like music witches, this witches, cookie witches, computer. I'm like, wow,
Herbal
like,
witches,
yes,
cooking
like she was
witches.
just
Yeah.
going down the list, and I was like, I was waiting for her to stop like at five, she's like boom, boom,
Nope.
boom, 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 and then she's like, and I'm here like, wow, like where did this come from? And she's like, yeah, dad, and me, I'm
That's
into music.
awesome.
Like I love music, so I play music. I learn how to sing. I play piano. So music to me is like life. Like to me, everything that we
Right.
do is music. Like it's the melodies of life. Like when people talk, if you know how to read music, you know how to read, you can read people. When
Hmm.
people talk to you, they're basically telling you who they are, but they don't realize that people think like, well, how did he figure it out? But it's like you're telling me the answers to the test.
Right.
You're like an open book. You're telling me what you're all about, and people don't realize that. Like Mike, for instance. We talked about.
Yeah.
We talked about a lot of stuff like that. Like certain people. Like you can see a lot if you hear correctly. Even the world
Mhm.
speaks. Like I
Oh
mean,
yeah.
you even hear the witches. They talk about like this, and they hear language. Like everything is the spells. I mean, the
Hmm.
whales in the underwater when they sing, it's like music. It's like wow, but it's a language. And even the planets, when have you ever heard like like out in space they have like a speaker and you hear it, like the planets talking. It's like crazy,
Yeah.
and but it's all music. Like it's, and that's why I love about music. Like it make it's good and it can be bad, but it's all the same. We all communicate. And
It's
but
like everything out there in this world is good and bad. You have your good and bad witches, you have your good and bad paranormal investigators, you have your good and
yeah,
bad cops. Everything that's the way that's why the world is the way it is, because you have to
yeah,
have your balance of your good and your bad.
yeah, it's good, and that's the way the paranormal world is. Like you have your good ghosts and your bad ghosts. Like
Hmm.
I know you saw my last podcast. I interviewed a guy named John Delgado, and it's on episode
Yeah.
3, I believe, and he talked about the his experiences. But man, I think the one I want to go to is where he went to. It was Bob Mackey's world, man. And
Oh my gosh,
have you seen
yes.
Ghost Adventures? Like like
Yeah.
Yes.
like I so want to go there
Mackey's.
so bad. Like I mean, because that right there is like the spirits there are no joke. You know,
Right.
like you're
Especially the whole portal to hell thing that they
yes,
have out there.
like he was there and he told me he's like, and you heard the interview, he was like, man, Mike, it's like no joke. And then he saw the video that he played that I played for him, and like that he sent me. Man, that was crazy. Like I was like, wow. At first I thought it like when I searched Ghost Venture, I was like, probably they added some camera work in there because it's a show. It's all mainstream. I was like they got to make it
Right.
exciting, but no, man. He went out there and he got that recording, and I was like, wow, dude, that's like I want to go there, like man. And but I know he told me it was like $500, I believe.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Go
Yeah,
investigate.
but you get to take people in there though. It's not $500 a person.
Yeah.
It's like if you take $500, it's like I guess for like 5 people. So if you guys pitch in, you can. It wouldn't be too
He's
much,
trying to drop hints, guys.
right? I'll be like, hey, we should go. And I'm gonna go there and be like, hey guys, forgot my wallet. I'll pay you back. Right?
Hey, I
But
take Venmo, I take all that stuff, so you're good.
yeah, but yeah, and I know I'm trying to think of that. God dang of that place. It's here in town. They have an event there. God,
Victoria?
yeah, Victoria. There you go.
Victoria, yeah.
Yes, they have the. We went there, and they have it too, where you think you pay only $300, but you take 10 people. So
Yeah.
if you pitch in, like it would, it's really nothing. And you get
I
to
got
spend the
attacked
night.
there.
Oh, you did? You
Yeah.
wow, what happened?
So this happened at this very last paranormal fest that they just hosted. I'm really good friends with Fred. He's amazing. He's the owner of the Curious Twins Paranormal, and he had asked me, "Hey, could you stay after the event to help me out on a ghost tour?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." So I stayed after, and while he was explaining to the people who purchased tickets to do the ghost hunt how the devices work and how I was a paranormal expert, if they had any questions, they could ask me. While he was explaining these devices, he had made a comment about um, be careful because you will get scratched. And in my head, I'm like, oh my God, why did ghosts always scratch people? Like, what the hell? Like, I was just laughing about that to myself. And then not even 5 minutes later, my arm starts to burn. And I'm like, what the heck? And I look around and I'm like, well, I didn't touch anything. And so I told my friend, my arm's burning. And she was like, let me see. She turned on her flashlight and you can see 3 like scratches on my arm. And I was like, oh my God, what a coincidence. So when I started making a joke about it, it happens. And then slowly throughout, like as the night progressed, they started going away. And so the next morning I woke up with nothing.
So like, is that
No scratch
I never
marks.
got too much history on that. Is it like supposed to be really bad haunted, or it's just like, people just died there and they just still linger?
So they have a bunch of different spirits that reside at the Victoria Black Swan Inn. They have spirits that reside there because I believe someone in the house died, like they fell down the stairs and they broke their neck. But also, apart from that, it's also the land. And I think there was a war. What war was it?
Hmm.
I forgot which war it was, but it actually happened on the land where the Manger Hotel, where the Victoria Black Swan Inn
Yeah.
is located. And then apart from that, you also have like the Native Americans go through that field to get I think it was a Native American ritual or something, where the husband would take the wife from their like ceremony spot to this water, and they would have their wife drink from this water, and that was their way of showing their wife, hey, I got your back, like I'm your
Yeah.
protector, I'll take care of you. So you have that plus the war plus the spirits that fell and broke their neck and all kinds of stuff. So there's a
When I,
lot of different spirits there.
yeah, when I went
The
there,
one
they
that I didn't get along with is the one that reside in the milk barn.
oh that one. I see when I went there. You know how I think if you remember, they have their living room, right? There's a piano
Yeah,
right next to it. Okay, so what was attracting my attention was going upstairs, but they
yeah,
blocked it. They
yeah.
blocked it, and something was like my son was telling me there's something up there,
Mhm.
and it was funny. When everybody, it was like during the day, right? When everybody was out there, we're like the event hasn't even started yet. We got there early, and it was like we got there like at 10. I don't know why we got there that early, but we're there, right? And we're just chilling. So I see a piano, right? I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go play the piano, right? And I start playing. I forgot. I think it was forgot the name of the song. Furley's. I think it's Beethoven, right? So I'm playing it,
Right.
right? And it's crazy. Like when I'm playing it, people are just walking past me. They're not even mind their business, right? And I'm playing, and then I felt like uh the foot, the because it's wooden, right? The wooden step, wooden floors, right? So I feel them like I feel wood like wooden floors moving next to me. But when I'm
Mhm.
playing the song, I feel like they're dancing. That's the picture I got. And they were just like, and I kept when I finished the whole song, then the dancing stopped. Like they were just dancing around it. Like I'm
Mhm.
playing and they're just dancing around me right next to me because it's so big, like and it's like and it's big enough for them to dance.
Yeah.
And I just to me in my head I saw like a couple dancing while I'm playing because I'm into the music, but my mind is like focused and I'm sensing this like couple dancing next to me. And then when I got done playing, then they were like it just like faded. I'm like out of it, and then like I don't see it no more. And then people came in. So yeah, it was weird. Like I definitely would love to go there again and do the. See, we were just doing it there, just doing the event.
Yeah.
But that's awesome. That's I didn't even know that. I mean, I would love to go back. And yeah, and I know what's his name. I met him, Fred, one time. I don't
Yeah.
know him, like don't know him. I have him on Facebook, but yeah, he's a real nice guy.
He is. To him and his husband are the most nicest people ever. Um, he is actually helping me kind of learn more about being a medium because I just recently tapped into this gift and I can talk to spirits that have passed on. He actually confirmed that I was a medium when I went to that event because at that event I kept looking at the staircase and he was looking at me and he's like, what do you feel? Like, what's going on? I said, there's a lady on the staircase. Now, Fred is a medium himself. He's also a tarot reader. Like he is very, very, very gifted individual. And he's like, okay, well, tell me about it. And I started telling him all this stuff. And as I'm telling him this, my K2 meter is just going off like crazy. It is lighting up like the 4th of July. And since then, um, I've been picking up more tips from him. I've been getting more in tuned. Like I just did a reading for some lady I didn't even know. I saw her in a comment section on a tarot reader's page, and I gave I gave her a hint to her dad, and then I told her how her dad actually was when he was living, and she was like, "Oh my God, like this is my dad you're talking to," and actually delivered a message to her from him, and she was like, "You have no idea how much you just helped me. Like I've missed him so much. You telling me all this and you validating who he was just made my night."
Yeah, you got to do one for me because I have a lot of things that I need to know, and
Definitely.
and it's like high level stuff. Like it's something like that, but this is something more out of kind of like the hint is more out of this world.
Mm,
It's like I want to know more about me in the past. Like I
yeah.
know someone about me, and I know, but I don't know. You know,
Right. There's still stuff that you're missing. I get
kind of
it.
like have you seen X-Men?
There's a lot of
The
X-Men
the
here.
the X-Men Day the X Day of Future Past, I think where Xavier, they go back to the past and he's like young. He has hair,
Yeah.
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 right? Okay, do you remember that scene where Wolverine, and that's kind of like another character because that's kind of me, who I am. And he tells him read my mind, and he's like, no, 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 I can't, I'm gonna hurt you. And he's like, read my mind, and he goes into Wolverine and he reads Wolverine's past, and he
Hmm.
he starts seeing all this crazy stuff, right? It's kind of what I want mine want you to do. I want someone to tap in and see. That's what
I
I
can
need.
try.
Yeah,
I can definitely try.
like at least a word, even if it's just a simple little word, and I could take it from there. Like, oh, it makes sense now, you know?
Got it.
Because I do with people like that too. Like I don't know what kind of medium I am. People tell me you have it, but I just learned through words. Like your
Right.
words, your eyes tell me a lot of things. Like when I did investigation, uh, with NPS, right? We went out there to this was the last one we went to, and it was sad. We all went out there, and it was one where supposedly a girl got possessed, but she was not really possessed. She was just on drugs, right? But anyway,
I know
well
that case.
there was something there though, because something knocked over the table. Now, when I went there, they're doing their thing. They had some other people from San Marcos, and they're trying to do their thing, right? So I'm on there and I'm looking at pictures, and when I go into a house, I look at everything: pictures, statues, uh, people's faces, and I like to look in their eyes, and they're talking to me, and that's where music comes in, right? I'm listening to what they're
Right.
saying, and I'm looking
Uh-huh.
at pictures, and well, there was this girl that her roommate was, I don't know, they were mad at her roommate, and so I can't say names of everything because I don't know exactly there, but supposedly they were like something was going on with her, like they felt like they were possessed, or no, something was there, like they were like cursed, right? So they're doing their thing, I'm doing my thing, and first thing I start asking questions like, well, I see a picture of her roommate, and she looks happy, right? So I'm seeing that she's a happy person, right? Life is going great for her. But then I ask her, does she have a friend? And they found like burned wax on the floor, like as they were doing something, and they found hair, right?
Hmm.
And I asked her, well, who's doing this? Does she do like any witchcraft? They're like, no, 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 she don't do that. She's very athletic, whatever, whatever. Okay, cool. And she, oh, she has this friend. Boom, there it was, right? And then she's a picture of her friend with her, like I guess when they hang out, right? And I'm looking at her friend's pictures. I'm looking at her eyes, and it's just not making sense. Like it's just not. I don't know, something about it. It's just like this person is. There's something about this person I just can't tell, but it's something connected with her. And sure enough, when you ask more questions, and then pretty soon the boyfriend started telling me, and yeah, she's doing all this stuff. They get into fights. They don't get like each other, and she ever since she moved in, she's been acting weird, and now they're. So I guess they wanted to kick her out, and when she heard I guess they heard that she started doing all this hexing on her and everything, and that's what got that thing in there, all that
So
negativity.
I actually know about that case you're talking about because I used to be part of the San Marcos Area Paranormal Society.
Yeah,
And was the Ouija board involved in that in any case?
I think so. See, that's what I told them. They just told me they were doing some stuff. They didn't tell me exactly what they were doing, but I figured it out. Like I was like, okay, well, they're doing something, and it's her friend. Because I'm a believer, and it happened recently to me. I had Sads come over to my place, and we did a podcast, but an audio podcast, right? And I'm a big believer that when you bring people into your house, something's always with them. They're always bringing something with them. And when I brought Sads over, we it was crazy, right? We were doing a podcast like exactly like this because it was just audio, right? And I had all the Sads here. I had like, man, 8 people up in here, and we're talking, and during the middle of the podcast, and I have it on my Facebook, like it's on Audacity, right? It's running, and it stops for like a brief second. I'm like, oh crap, right? So I hit the record again, right? The record, and well, within that time frame, so many seconds in the podcast, you can hear a woman laugh.
Oh my God.
You hear it go ha 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 ha, and then and no one heard it. I didn't even hear it. And then one of the listeners from one commented on YouTube and said, "Hey man, I like the laugh at 2 minutes and something seconds." And it was one of the subscribers. And I'm here like, what?
Oh my goodness.
And so I run it back, right? And I put this loud, my headphones and everything, and I heard it.
Oh my God.
It was weird because like it was like perfect because like when it went on stop, everybody kind of took a breath, like everybody just stayed quiet for a little bit for like so many seconds, right? And then I said, "Oh, here you go, boom, hit play again," and then that's when you heard the laugh come through, like ha 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 ha, and then we're talking again, and we didn't
My
hear it.
God, do you have that on your page?
Yeah, I do. Yeah,
That's crazy.
yeah, and I'll send you
Let's
the
check that
link.
out for sure.
I'll send it to y'all's link, and but yeah, it came through, and then when I did one with John Delgado, the recent one. and he kept telling me, Mike, for some reason I feel like there's a woman's voice. I keep hearing a woman's voice in the back. And it was crazy.
What?
Once we got done, and I took my headphones off like this, I heard a woman go, like say, whisper something to me.
Oh my God.
And
So we need to go investigate his house.
yeah, well, well, see, well, my mom passed away here. She
Oh.
died of cancer like 7 years ago. She died at home, and I know I had a reading with I forget what's your name. I'm so bad right now with names, but she did a reading on me, and she told me that your mom's still at the house, and I know she's there because I can smell her perfume sometimes, and sometimes, and she loved my daughter to death.
Hmm.
My daughter, my mom never had a little had a girl. She had three boys, right? It was me and my twin brother and then another. So she always wanted a girl. So of course, when my daughter was born, she loved my daughter. That was like her big blessing, right?
Oh yeah.
So she loved my daughter to death. Like, she, even if she was alive now, she would just spoil the hell out of her. But she comes and she calls my daughter. My daughter says, Dad, I sometimes feel like mom's around here, like grandma is here. And so she comes around, but we also have a little girl that comes in this house.
Oh wow.
I don't know what it is, but I know when she's here because my head starts hurting, and then I'll see things. I'll see like a little vision, and I see her go into my daughter's room where all her old toys are at, and she'll come and go. Like, she'll come in, and one time she tried to talk to my daughter, like she tried to communicate with her, and she scared my daughter. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like my daughter was kind of freaked out because she called her by her name. She's like, Ari, you
Oh
know.
wow.
And my daughter has her headphones on. She's jamming out, like, and she's like, what? Like she freaked out, and she's like, Dad, like she comes to my, she can tell she's a little scared, right? So she comes in my room, and I have this big room. Like, my room is big, So she's like, Dad, can I sleep in the room? I'm like, oh, yeah, I can sleep in the bed. I'll sleep on the floor. And she's like, Dad, I heard a little girl. I'm like, well, what's going on? And she's like, Dad, just like, and I go, okay, well, let's go. So I go to the room, and I felt this presence, right? I felt something there. So I talked to it. I said, hey, if you're a little girl, if you're evil, you need to leave. If you hear you're positive, you're welcome to stay, but leave my daughter alone. Like, don't mess with her. And after I said that, my daughter started tearing up, and she's like, Dad, I feel hurt. And then I felt it, and I felt like this little girl felt like she got scolded by Dad, you know, and she like it like hurt her, the little girl, and she like left the house and then she came back a couple of days, but like she felt hurt, like my daughter was like, I felt like she felt like she got in trouble, and so yeah, we have like this little girl. I haven't heard her since. It's been kind of quiet, you know. But like, she comes once in a blue moon, like, and I don't know when she's there because she'll turn the lights on in my daughter's room. So
Wow.
yeah, we have experiences here too. But yeah, that it's weird how it came through that podcast. But I'm a big believer that how they say, watch who you bring to your house,
Mhm.
because
Oh yeah.
things do follow. I already felt it. I feel it sometimes. You know how, when, like, if someone, like your husbands, right? If they go into the house and you're asleep, but they're coming in, you feel that vibe, right? So it's them, right? You don't wake up and be like, oh, well, who's here? You already know it's my kids, it's my. So you just stay asleep, right? And
Yeah.
it's cool. That's kind of how I feel sometimes. Like, I have this scent, right? Like right now, everything feels normal, but when someone comes in, it's like a dog. I start sensing, like, wait a minute, there's someone here, and I'm upstairs. I have a two-story house, so I'm upstairs, and like my dad, he brings people from his church over, and sometimes I feel a presence there, and then like when I go down there and check out, there's people down there, or so, like, the last time he brought a person from church. She was an older lady because something happened to her house when it rained. I think it one of the trees fell on her house, so like it broke through her roof, right? So they let her spend the night because her son was working late, so he couldn't stay with her. So she spent the night, and it was weird. That old lady I told you about that we heard the voice. Well, I just got to doing a podcast that day. Well, that lady, her mother followed her. Her mother followed
Oh
her
wow.
over here, and she was like watching over her while she slept here at the house. That was the old lady talking to me.
What
Like,
the heck?
yeah,
That's
and
great.
and then when she left, that thing left, and
Wow.
everything
Yeah. So
felt
it's
normal.
attached to her.
Yeah. So I'm a big believer in
That's
that. I mean,
amazing.
I don't know if y'all ever had that.
Oh yeah. I have an attachment
Yeah,
for sure. I have a
I
little.
have one too.
Dog.
With the position I had, that thing that possessed me, it's still around me. But you know what's weird about it? It's not. It's bad, but it stays. It protects me. You know,
Yeah.
it doesn't allow me to get hurt. Like when I went to investigations, I felt entities like trying to like get into me, but I'm already marked.
Mm.
So it's kind of like when you're marked, it's your own, it's your property. And there's demons that are good and bad. They're not all bad. It's not like, oh, they're bad, they're devil. Oh my God, like
Right.
there's some that they protect you. It's like you're theirs. And they protect that their body. I don't know what it is. It's like it's your vessel. You know, they're not all like that. Even certain countries have that protection. They pray to certain spirits. Because it protects their village, it protects their crops, it protects their way of living.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm a big believer in that. I don't know if you guys, believe in that stuff too. But I think that all that is real. But
Yeah, I'm a big believer in that too.
and y'all, any of y'all have gifts? Any of the Jennifers down there? Do y'all have like
Well,
any gifts?
in,
All
I'm an
three of us
empath.
do.
Yeah, we all have gifts. I block mine off a lot. I'm afraid of myself, so I block myself. I'm working on it though.
Yeah, you should let it be normal. Like, I mean, like me, yeah, I know people like, I mean, yeah, I may feel like a weirdo, but it's weird because like some people will actually like see good in you. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of people tell me that all the time. They're like, I don't know what's with you, but like it's weird. I'm a lonely guy. Like I'm a guy that wants to be alone. Like I'm not into crowds. I'm not a
Because
big.
there's too much energy and all of that, so we want to
Yeah.
be by
Yes.
ourselves. It's
Yeah.
too
Exactly.
much.
Like and me as a manager at HEB, man, the energy vibe, it goes in and out me like air. It passes through. It's just like
Preach.
and man, and it sometimes I can suck it. Like I could take the energy and I can get pumped up, and there's days where I'll just get wiped. Like
Yeah.
I'll feel
Yes.
mad, I'll feel tired, I'll be sad all of a sudden. I'm here like, why do I feel like shit? Like, and
Mm-hmm.
it's because the people bring it. And
It's too much.
I'm a big conductor with negativity. Big conductor. Like if I feel negativity, I start getting mad. Like I get very aggressive. Like
Yeah.
and that's just me. Like and it's weird because Kayla, you should tell me that and I know what you're talking about. They call them energy vampires.
Yes. There's
And I'm one of
succubus.
those. I'm one of those. Like I can take your energy and I don't even know. Like
Oh wow.
I can do like I can be around y'all and they always used to tell me like, Mike, I feel tired. Like when they're around me, they feel drained, and I'm not even doing it. My body is just doing it naturally. Like I don't control it. You
Yeah.
know?
See, with me, I take on everyone's energy and I kind of make it my own. Like, there's been hundreds of cases that I did with MPS where I would start breaking down and having an emotional breakdown, and I would just cry and cry and cry. And everyone's like, Sydney, it's not your emotion. Let it go. Let it go. We just did an investigation in San Antonio, and we went upstairs to one of the buildings that was 2-story, and I started getting mad. And I never get mad at investigations like ever, but I was yelling at this entity, and I was so angry, and it was weird. And everyone's like, that was so not you. Like, you were the sweetest person we ever known, and here you are getting mad. And like, I was demanding for that thing to talk to me. And I remember I actually told one of the guys that we brought along with us, his name is Henry Cardenas. He was being a videographer for us that night, and I actually told him to shut up. I was like, "You need to shut up. Like, you need to go over there."
Yeah,
Mhm.
because the spirit is wanting like it's talking through you.
Yeah.
That's what it's doing because you're allowing it to,
Hmm.
and it's like okay, like I'm gonna use you as a communication tool. And I used to do that too. Like I would be there and I would hear like the voices talking even through the ghost box. Like it's crazy because like I would just like meditate and I would hear my like when we found that statue where we saw the entity, and all I heard was the spirit box tell me backyard, backyard, Mike, backyard, and it was telling me, Mike, leave, Mike, get out, thief, get out. And what's
Wow.
crazy, the place is right here close to my house. Like if you guys came to me, I could drive y'all. It's like right here, like 5 blocks down from me.
Let's go.
And when I went there, I stopped in the middle of in front of the house, right? No one was there because I didn't want to do it. It'd look all freaky, right? And I stopped there and I turned my ghost box on, and the same shit was going on. It was saying, "Thief, Mike, get out!" Like it was pissed.
Wow.
Thieves. It said thieves because we took that statue, which was its power. It's like get out, thieves, get out, Mike, get out of here. Like it was like Christian me, get out. I was like, wow, and that was an investigation. Like that was like it happened 3 weeks ago, and this shit was still going
Still
like nuts.
going.
Wow.
Yeah, it's like that. Yeah, it's. that ghost box and honestly, that ghost box works, but you have to be spiritually connected. Like if not, it's just gonna say random shit.
Yeah.
It's just, it can say like girl, and it can say half the time it'll say demon, and half the time it's just trying to scare you. you
Yeah.
know like it'll say demon, so first thing you're gonna hear is oh my god, like it's coming through, and it's not even that. you know it's just trying to, but once you build that establishment, like Steve Hoff tells you, like it can work, like you're doing your medium thing. You're building that connection with the spirit world. So
Hmm.
eventually when you get really good, when you finally feel like you mastered it, you're not going to be scared no more. You're going to be able to control the voices,
Right.
control the things around you. You'll be able to control the negativity and like kick it out. Like, hey, anything bad, get out. Whatever's good can stay. And
Yeah.
that's awesome. Like I see. Then I know I have a gift. I don't know what it is. I just say I'm an empath. I mean, I don't know, because like I can't see things at will. It just happens when it
Right.
happens. And when it happens, it's always at the right time. When
Hmm.
we go, like there's some investigations where I go and I don't get shit. You know, like I don't get nothing. It's not like I could do it. People think like, oh, you can feel it. I've gone to investigations with MPS where like it was just like nothing. Like we went to one where this guy was saying like, oh, I hear things, and all it was it was his negative energy that was bringing in this thing. But we didn't like catch nothing on film. We stayed there all night, like shit. To like, and I used to come after work. Like I would close at 12, and I would go straight to the location, and we'll be there like 5, 6 in the morning. That's how
I would do
powerful
the
it was.
same thing.
But sometimes we would get nothing. Sometimes we just get like I told Mike at the end of the night. I mean, I told him, I go, hey, I go, this guy, he's kind of like, it's him. There's
Yeah.
nothing there. And he goes, and I go, it's him. He's not, he's crazy. Like he's bringing that because he's projecting it.
Yeah.
So you're making it real. I believe that when if you
Yeah.
believe something, it's gonna happen. Like for instance, like if you're gonna think negative things are gonna happen. If
Oh
you
yeah,
go,
for sure.
if you think like, oh, my life sucks, and then let's say you go to work and I know you come late, right? Then after work you have a bad day at work, customers getting you, then you go home and you get a flat tire.
Oh
You
yeah.
know, because that's what you're projecting. You're
Yeah.
It's like
manifesting that.
yeah, it's like what they say: what you put out in the universe is what you're going to get back.
Exactly. Yeah, and I'm a big believer in that. Like if you manifest, I mean, yes, things will happen. It's just life, but it doesn't have to happen consecutively. Like
Yeah.
sometimes something can happen, but then it opens a door for you. You
Hmm.
know,
Yeah.
and that's what I believe. But if you think negative, you're always gonna have that negative. Things will always never work out. Like people will don't like you because you're projecting that. I mean, all that negativity, all that no confidence. Like yeah, I see through people all the time, man. That's my gift, my curse. I hate it because like I can see through people. Like they tell me the problems, and I already know they're not, they're lying, or they're real. Like and I just feel bad for them. But the reason why I don't tell them how to fix their problem, because some people can't take the truth.
Right.
If I tell them like, well, maybe we switch it, like my twin brother, he we're always playing around them, but he's always trying. He has a problem dating women, and and I give him hints and hints, and I'm like, dude, you gotta like be confident, and I go, women see that, like you gotta like carry yourself well, and he's still trying to like, I don't know, like he tells me his experiences with dating, and I tell him, and I already know exactly what he's doing wrong, and he gets mad. He's like, how do you know? How do you know? And because he lives in Utah, we don't even live. He lives in Utah. He graduated from recently from Utah, University of Utah. So he's like, nah, it's just the women. It's different over here, 'cause I'm so used to living. He's a Texas boy, right? Like, nah, over here it's different. But and he tells me his little pickup lines, and I'm like, there you go. It's like that's the way you are. They don't like that, and he gets mad, and then eventually he gives in. He's like, yeah, well maybe it is, and and then I tell him, and I try to show him like how you talk, like, oh, when you talk to people, it's the same way, like how you carry yourself. If you, it's like you're trying to sell a cell phone, right? I'm trying to sell a cell phone for you, and I'm telling you like, oh, it does this magic wonders, right? But if I tell you in a low voice, like I don't believe it myself, like, oh, if you get this phone, you're gonna get this, but I don't sound too enthused about it, you're not gonna want it, right? You're gonna be like, oh, this guy's selling so many piece of crap. But if I make it sound exciting, like, oh, it's waterproof, you know, um, it does, Bluetooth, that you can carry, you can have all these conversations at one time, all this whatever, you're gonna believe in it, right? You'll be like, oh, and then you might get it. And that's just the way I think it is with people in general, with energy, like we talk about, especially with paranormal, especially with ghosts. Like if you're positive, like me, I never get attacked, but get picked on, but I don't know why. I just feel like the ghosts respect me. Like
Yeah.
they understand you, like they trust you. And this is how I feel. The way you talk to people in real life is the way you talk to them in spirit world. Because these there were once people. And I was never a big thing about provoking ghosts. Like I know a lot of them used to do that. And provoking is not. I don't think it's the way. It's disrespecting the dead.
Yeah,
And
I
I
don't like it there.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
and I know MPS used to do that. They would always ask questions like, "Hey, well, are you here?" And then I'm like, dude, why do you do that? Like, that's like the first no. Like you don't do that stuff.
Yeah.
These are real people. These were once real people. You gotta respect them. Um, but man, yeah, that's amazing. I mean, I'm glad that y'all, were able to find each other. Honestly, I'm looking at y'all and I think y'all are like destined. You know,
We think that.
Yeah.
We all think that.
it's weird because like I'm just seeing something right now, but I can't tell, but the vibe is there. That's all I can say. It's weird, and it doesn't normally happen like that, but y'all share like this. I don't know, this certain type of energy, this cool type of energy,
I like
like
that you see
Yeah.
that.
huh?
Yeah.
I like
Yeah,
that you see that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like, and you know what? It's weird because like before I saw y'all live now, like I read y'all's message and everything, and when y'all were like when when Sydney was talking, it just made sense, like she sounds pretty cool,
Yeah.
and it's hard to figure through text, I mean, you can sound anything, I mean, and through text message, and I was like, you know what, and Art was telling me about y'all. He was telling me like, hey, these Ghoul Gals, they're pretty cool, and he's a man. Art is a great guy, man. I mean,
He's a good guy. Yeah.
he's a real straight up good guy. Him and his wife, man, and his beautiful family, man. They're really great guys. But yeah, he told me about y'all, and I don't know why. It was weird because I'm at work, right? And, I'm working overnight. I'm like half asleep, and he starts telling me about y'all, and then, I could have been like, I don't care, like, and like, and I'm here. He's like messaging me. He's messaging me like at 3 in the morning, and he's telling me about, well, of course, what happened, right? We talked about earlier, and then he tells me, oh yeah, and I saw y'all's page, and he's like, these girls are really cool. Get them on the show, and I was like, wow, it's weird. It's just weird. It just like clicked, like, oh, these guys, it seemed like I knew y'all already. It's weird. It's
We've
just,
actually met you before.
huh? We
We
We've
did?
met.
actually met you
Yeah.
before.
I don't remember. I try and remember. I don't know.
I
My
think I
first.
on like 2 or 3 investigations where you were with Sad. Yeah. And I think
I went,
Sydney too.
I went to one, and I met you at my first investigation, which was at the Devil's Bridge.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that was the last one I went to with these guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, that I
Yeah.
didn't really pay attention because at that point, like, oh, I was already having a bad day because I was tired first of all, and then like the parking there was crazy.
Yeah.
Like every time I parked, I had to move, and I kept moving because I kept parking behind somebody, and at that point I got pissed off because like I was like, dude, like I'm not gonna be wasting gas, and I just left. Like I got so mad. I was like, you know what, dude, I'm done. Like I can't do. And by that time, I was already done with the group. I was already kind of like,
You're welcome, babe.
I'm kind of like I follow people that are like leaders.
Hmm.
Like that's just me. Like I follow people that are passionate. I like passionate people. Like and what's his name wasn't like that. And after a while, I know I basically I already caught on to him. And I already saw who he was, and I just didn't want to do it no more. Like I was like, you know what, I was better off alone. Like so that's when the idea of Lone Wolf came out. And Art told me about that. Art's like, why don't you call Lone Wolf Paranormal? I was like, oh yeah, awesome, thank you, Art. And but like I was always a work alone kind of guy. I mean, I could work with people. Don't get me wrong. I mean, yeah, I love working with people, but they weren't. He wasn't passionate at that time. I don't know. I just the whole thing. I didn't. When we went to that bridge, I didn't mind bringing people, but I think he brought too many people.
Yeah.
It just killed the vibe. Like when you
Yeah.
go to like when we went to Spirit
Yeah.
Warehouse, and I think we went. It was me, Art, and they brought some people. And Mike brought some people, and he brought like a lot of people, and we didn't get enough evidence because like these ghosts are they're like like I guess like when you go to the woods, right? Animals are gonna run when they hear your footsteps, right?
Hmm.
They're like that. They're and he brought too much, and the energy there wasn't like I couldn't feel spirits no more. Like I feel like they were hiding,
Right.
and he brought it and we hear nothing, and that's how I felt at that day at the Door Bridge. Like I just saw too many people. I didn't sense anything. people were there just, I mean, yeah, have fun, that's cool, but I was really into it. Like, I want to get serious. Like,
Yeah.
let's all break up together. Like, we'll go in groups of 5 and we're
Yeah.
gonna split up and but Mike was just too busy. Like,
There was a whole
camera.
other different kind of vibe that night.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it wasn't like, I don't know. I just didn't have that ghost vibe. It was more just like we're all hanging out, like
Yeah.
middle of the night, like and we're just gonna chill and we're gonna be cool, which is fine, I guess. But I wasn't really down to chill. And
Yeah.
so I and then I guess moving around a lot. I just said, what, I told Mike, I'm done. I'm leaving. So I left, and that's what caused this big thing with me and him. And then after that, I just said, nah, I'm done. Um, and that's when we decided to make I decided to make Senor Paranormal, and he's like, welcome to the to the group, and and ever since then we just really haven't started because everything with the COVID and now with the
Right.
protesting, and I'm so ready to go, like, man, I'm so ready to go. Like,
We
if you guys are, if you, I mean, I'm ready to go with y'all, man. If you guys are ready to go, I mean, just invite me because I'm bored. I don't have a life.
we are ready to go, but
So ready.
we are waiting on me, unfortunately.
Yeah,
I have to get the all clear from my doctor. I'm going to get retested again tomorrow, so hopefully, fingers crossed, it's go time.
yeah, of course, man. Health is always important, and
Yeah.
hope I know. So yeah, I know they tested recently. I think one of my store location found one person that was the thing
They
that
just
caught it.
found 2 back at my store, and I'm like, what the heck? Like,
Yeah, it's
it's
yeah,
crazy.
health is important, and that's why I was telling these I was telling the viewers, and I was telling, like, we're hopefully we're ready to go. We're just make sure that everything's safe before we
Yeah.
go out there. Safety's first.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm ready, man. I'm ready. Like, I watch all these ghost videos. I'm getting pumped up. Watching Steve
That's us.
watching
That's
I know.
Paranormal State, watching all these cool videos. And I'm here like, oh, I'm getting all pumped up. Like, I watched this one viewer guy. God, I forgot my daughter watches him. He has this weird voice. You don't even see his face. He shows like the top 10 scary videos.
Are you talking about chills?
New top
Yes, yes,
five.
yes.
That one. Which one?
He has that voice like number one. Like he has that voice. That guy. And man,
Chills where he's like, if you look to the left, you see
yeah,
a
yeah.
guy.
He goes, if you want to see my face, go ahead and like my page. Like, yeah, that guy. That guy, man. Did you see the recent one? Oh man, it was it. I ain't gonna lie, it freaked the hell out of me. Like, I think it's like somewhere. Well, it's not. Of course, it's not from the United States. I think it's like Iran or something. I'm not sure, but this guy goes to this place where I think they said a witch was there, like a lady died there or something. And he goes into the house, and you see like this shadow figure like move, right. And this guy has like balls, man. He goes in there and he's by himself, and he says a guy killed this witch lived there, and then a guy there died or something like that. So there's like an old rundown house, right. And but it's a big facility. It's not like a small house. He goes in there, and you just he sees it, and he still goes in there, and he takes, like, it looks like he's taking a selfie. He's with the camera like this, but he's looking in the mirror, and you just see that ghost like right next to him. It's like doing this, and it's like, I'm like, what the hell? And you see the hair, like, of that go like that actually witch, or the way he described it. And he's like, what the heck? And he saw it because he saw the reflection. And
Oh wow.
he still was persistent, like he was scared, but he kept going. And then he went to a mirror. It looked like it was like a bathroom or something. And he decides to take a picture like that. And that guy that died there appeared to his back, behind him. Like, when he took it, you just see that guy right next to him, like right in the side of him, like this. And you see his beard and everything, like a full apparition, but like a real human form. You see his from his neck, like you see me. And he's like right next to him, and he just takes a picture, snap, and you see it, and then he looks, and he's gone. I'm just
Nice.
like, wow, like, man.
I'd bolt. I'd be like later.
Yeah, like some of the stuff, and especially the, like, man, I really wanted to go see What's Your Name's Dolls collection, man. Like, man, because I know
I loved her dolls.
they brought one of them. I know we had this. You never went to the paranormal unity meeting, right? That they had.
No, I when they did that meeting, I wasn't part of MPS. I was barely rejoining San Marcos Area Paranormal Society because I had
Yeah.
left because I got pregnant and I had my son. So I
Yes.
was away for a while, and then I just recently rejoined them. And as I was rejoining them, I went to my first meeting, and that's when Frank told us that Mike had established this big old paranormal family unity thingy mabobber.
Yeah, they brought this doll, and it was crazy because like we're all there. It was like a lot of people, and not too big, but I guess the max is like 30 people, right? We're all
Yeah.
there. We're all there doing our thing, right? Then after that we got through with the meeting, and he's like, "Oh, we brought this doll in." So he brings this doll, and the first thing I'm talking to one of my friends here, so I'm not even tuned in, right? I'm just like hearing all these voices, right? And everyone's mingling. Brings this doll, something grabs my attention, just like that, and I look, and there's this doll this girl's holding. That doll looked me directly in the eyes, and like I said, I like looking at people's eyes, and I looked at it, and my eyes burned.
Oh my
My
god.
eyes
What doll
burned
was it?
so bad, like they burn like I'm pretty sure you had your eyes burned, right? Like when you're like you sweat and you hit your eyes or whatever, like like soap, and my eyes were burning, like, and I'm here like, what the hell? And I was like, she like I go like she's burning my eyes, and they're like, don't touch it, and they were all like, and everybody in that room like got quiet, like it was weird, like they didn't make an announcement like, hey, here comes Miss Dolly, nothing. It was just like everybody just turned. When I turned, everybody turned, and they just kind of everybody just stood silent, like
Was it
like
one of Sandy's dolls?
I believe I think it was, I know it was the doll that they were trying to get rid of, and
Mm.
I don't know, but my eyes were burning, and everybody just turned, and it's like if a lion walked into the room, and everybody just went like, "What the hell?" Like that's just how it felt, and
Oh
my
my
eyes and
gosh.
everybody's eyes were everyone was feeling different things. Like my eyes burned, some guys were feeling like headaches and nauseous. My eyes was just burning, and when I went home, they were burning all the way until I got home, and like I was like, my God, like I felt like like when you wake up and your eyes are still kind of like and you throw water, you're like, oh shit, like
Yeah.
it's kind of like that. It just burned for like an hour and a half. I took a shower, it finally subsided, and I'm like, damn, and I took a picture of it, and it's freaky. Like I don't know, like and I see, I never been around haunted dolls, so that's like my next thing that I want to do. I want to investigate these dolls, and I want to sense like presence. I want to see if I pick up any background behind it. Any
I just asked the girls, I was like, hey, would y'all mind if I bought a haunted doll and took it with us on cases? And they're like, yes, don't do it.
yeah, they they done one of the YouTubers did it where like it was well, that guy that does videos, he said there was this YouTuber that his YouTube is big because he would just get like cameras, and he would just do reviews on them, right? He'll break it down so people that are interested in buying that item, they'll at least know the pros and cons, right? And
Hmm.
he buy anything from anything interesting. It wasn't just certain things, just anything he saw like on eBay or on Amazon, right? And he'll give reviews. So this one guy, he's not even to paranormal. He just bought this crazy doll, and this doll looked crazy, like demonic. You could just tell off the bat. It had a black face. It was like,
Ooh.
and he did he was trying to summon it, right? And that first time he did it, it didn't work. And then he left it overnight with the camera on, and that shit started moving. Like the head was
Oh
like
no.
burn. It was like, and the eyes, the way, and the eyes. If you look at the eyes, there's just something about those eyes. And me just staring at the video of it, I was like, it was like it was like penetrating me, like it was like hypnotizing me. Like what the hell? Like I just kept staring at the screen, looking at her eyes, and I just kept like I don't know. It was just like talking to me, I was like, what the hell? Like, and that shit was moving. Like, and the guy got rid of it. He burned the thing. Like after a while, he said that he had night. I think when he was sleeping, that thing was coming to him. Like it would just wake him up. Like he kept seeing like a lady, like an old lady with like black hair, like silhouette, but she was like ugly, and she just kept staring at him and waking him up. And I was like, what the hell? Like that's crazy. But
Oh no.
like that, and also I believe in like demon talk.
Wow.
Like okay, when people get possessed, they start talking like crazy, like like that, right? Okay, one my daughter had played a video of one of these. I think it was Emily Rose, I believe, or one of them like that actually had a possession, and they had live recordings of her like speaking like in tongue or some shit.
Mhm.
And what's weird, since ever since I got possessed by something, when that thing was playing, it all that talk that she was doing was making sense to me. Like when she was doing it, like and I kept like answering it, like, but I was kind of twitching a little bit, like she kept playing, and I was like, like it's weird, like it just made sense to me. It
Yeah.
was making sense to me, like it was telling me, like, like you're understanding it, and but when it was doing that, I felt that possession, like I was like, And it was weird. Like they just kept playing it, and I just kept feeling that I don't know. I just kept seeing it, and I kept responding to it. Like it was just weird. I'm just like looking at it. I'm just like, and I just kept like twitching, and I kept like and I just keep. I understand what it was saying. Like I knew what she was talking about. Like
That's crazy.
yeah, and that's what I'm telling you about. Like I believe in all that. Like have you heard of a light language of light, like people speak in tongue?
I
Yeah,
have
it's
heard
Yes.
someone speak in tongue, but I've never
it
heard it
yeah
called light language.
it's called man. There's so much history, so much stuff that we could talk about. Like even magic. You know how people say magic is like false. I believe magic existed, and I believe
Yeah.
magic was the true power of us. We didn't
Yes.
know it, but we're so blind right now. We're so asleep that
Yep.
we don't know what powers we have. But I believe that Jesus Christ was real. I believe that he did use magic to heal people and to do all those crazy miracles. I don't think it was just like the power of God.
Right.
Even Moses had magic. Even Egyptians use magic. It's weird. I got into a conversation with this one guy, and well, one of my friends, and he's like really knowledgeable about this, and he started telling me about this stuff, and I'm like, what? And but man, it just made sense. It was like I mean, I need to get with him, but like there's more beyond than just paranormal. Like
Yeah.
Hmm.
like every little thing. And like actually, when you hear that music, that light language music, even podcasts, there's people talking in tongue, but it's like the language of the universe. Like different beings talking, and like whenever we get together, I'll get all this information. I'll show it to y'all, and you'll see what's all that about. But
Yeah,
I think
definitely.
I think my son's playing with that little girl who's like attached to me because he's
yeah,
playing hide and seek with someone right now, and he has a gun and he's like, I need to hide. And before that, he was taking a nap, and I had just gotten out of the shower, and I opened the bathroom door and I told my son's dad, my boyfriend, I was like, do you hear that? He's like, hear what? And I said, DJ was calling me. He's like, dude, he's asleep. And I was like, no, I was in the bathroom and I heard someone say, Mom, Mom. And I said, okay, I'll be there in a minute. Right now he's playing tag.
did you hear that?
Jennifer, was that your
Yeah.
husband?
Huh?
Well, the cough? Yeah,
Yeah.
that was my husband.
Uh,
Okay.
okay. I
But
was
yeah.
like, oh, that's a little boy. Yeah, but so anything else you guys got? Like anything like any of the Jennifers down there? Anything like currently, or anything with MPS that you guys went out there and found anything crazy or anything happened to y'all during the investigations?
um,
We had a mimic once.
Oh wow,
That was pretty crazy because we kept thinking it was someone else coughing over and over, but he was like, "I'm not."
that's weird.
Yeah,
I never had that. So what happened?
I don't think I've had that either, other than like I think someone's calling me like mom or Jennifer, but to hear somebody else being mimicked, it was pretty weird. Sydney was there at this one, and we kept feeling something in this one room, and she laid down on the bed. I was like, Sydney, you need to get off the bed. And it wasn't until I think a little bit later that she started to feel like pretty sick, and I was like, something told me to tell her to get off that bed.
Yeah.
It was
I
pretty
was,
crazy in that one house. We both sensed something in that window before we even walked inside.
That's great. Have you ever went to an investigation where like before you walked into the house or you got to that place, you felt something weird?
yeah.
Like
yes.
this, like
Yeah.
like something's there, like. And I think one investigation with NPS where I don't know if they told you about it, where and they're good with friends with the client. I forgot her name though. But her there's like an entity there that it's like a cowboy and it keeps bothering her and her grandson. And I think when I went the first time, a girl like committed suicide there. So like she hung herself, and but we don't know where. Like I thought it was in her room, whatever. But when I walked in, I felt like this choking sensation on my neck.
Oh, wow.
Like I couldn't breathe. It was crazy. I was just like, like I just felt that. And then like when we went to the backyard, it was me and Kayla. Where she was blessing the grounds, right, and everything, doing her thing. And she's like, I just kept feeling that entity was like hiding next door because they had this guy had a garage and he had his truck there. and I just kept feeling someone was looking at me from there. And I told
Mm.
Kayla, he's over there. I was like, that thing's over there. And the lady kept describing, it's a cowboy. It's a big cowboy with a hat. That's the way she described it. That's how she would see it. And when I'm in the backyard, right, I'm trying to. First of all, the tree they had back there, there was something with that tree. So I figured that's where the girl hung herself, right? And then I look at this cowboy and I'm thinking, where would this cowboy be, right? Like what's connected with this cowboy? And you remember the old HEB bags? Yeah, you work HEB, so you know what I'm talking about. You seen the charcoal HEB, right? It shows like a silhouette of a cowboy guy like doing that with the grill, like pointing at something. Well, that's the picture that came to my mind because I was looking, like I'm scoping, right, scoping, and then I see the barbecue bag, and I see the cowboy there, and I said, "That's your ghost right there. That's what it's mimicking." And she's like, "Oh,
Mm.
you're right, you're right." She's like, "That's the way it looks," and I go, "That's your cowboy." And she's just like freaking out, like, "How did you know?" I'm like, "It's right there." That's the thing. I mean, I don't know for sure it's a cowboy, but I know that there's that was something that it just, like I said, mimic, just to. But yeah, that's kind of like
Yeah.
what I do, like as far as investigation. Things will come to me. When we're there, it's just like it's like they're telling me the hints. But yeah, that cowboy was what she saw. She was freaking out, like exactly like the picture. I'm like, yeah, it's what it is. And I told her it's over there hiding. See, and Mike and them didn't know that. You know, they didn't know it was over there. I already knew it. I already knew it was over there. I can tell it. And it was weird because I think they had I think, I don't know if it was sad to them. I know they went back there and they had a recorder, like a camera.
Hmm.
And it was crazy. You see the entity walk right back on the porch. Like when
Oh
they left,
wow.
it would just like, and it was like, all right, these fools are gone. I'm going back. And he went back. And you see the entity go like that, like that.
Oh wow.
So yeah. And SADS has a lot of good stories too. They have um, man, they got some good stuff too. I think we went to did Mike ever tell you about the jailhouse they went to?
Yes. The old Tobacco Joe.
Yes, Olavaca jail. Did you ever get? You have guys haven't went there, right? Or have you guys been there? Man, that shit's
No.
awesome,
I
dude.
actually was supposed to
No.
go, but they didn't want to put me out as far as like traveling all the way out there because I hadn't investigated with them yet. So I kind of wish that I went, but I didn't. I missed the
It
chance.
it's weird because like it looks big, but it's a really small thing. But man, well, I went there with one of my buddies, and when we went there with MPS, right? Everyone was already like they went out. I think we got there early, right? So they're like, yeah, go ahead, go have fun, whatever. When we went out there just during the day, and there's we went to the bottom floor, and you can see the sun coming in, right? And I just felt his presence, right? And I asked it, if you're here, can you knock 3 times? And you can hear it go bam, bam, bam. Like I have it recorded. That's until when I see you, I'll show you all this stuff. And
Yeah.
and then like it's weird because like I'm recording with my camera and I see this like shadow, or because the jailhouse have their bunk beds, right? And it's I see something sitting down, and I'm here like there's something there. So my friend, she's also an empath too. She's a guest. She came with me, right? And we went there, and when I put the camera, you see it get up, and it moves, and then like my camera, you know how these phones or cameras are nice, right? So like it blurs out, like it comes towards me, and my camera gets all fuzzy, like it blurs, and then it went through me, and then my friend is recording right behind me, and she's like, "Oh crap, mine's going blurry too." Because I said, "Oh look, it blurred it out." It seemed like it went to the camera, like it blocked it with its hands, and then
Hmm.
it went past me, and it went to her, and it did the same thing to her, and then it just walked away.
Oh wow.
It's just like, oh shit. And then we went there later, and asked it again, like, "Are you here?" And I didn't see anything, but then something passed through me, and I almost passed out. Like I'm right next to her, and I'm here like oh like that. I'm like, oh shit, like so I get against the wall, and I'm like sliding, and she's like, "Are you okay? You okay?" And I'm like, I need a rest real quick. And that thing killed. It took my energy, and it killed my phone battery. Like my
Oh,
thing
wow.
went from 99 to like 20 something, like that. Like, and I
Wow.
just charged it because me and her, we went to our rooms that we stayed in, and like I just did a full charge. We went back real quick and we just took a nap and everything because we had just drove, right, so we want to go eat something, and we just like, well, let's go rest for a little bit. So we rested a couple of before the event started, and we got there a little early still because it didn't start till like 7. We got there about 5:30, and we went again, and yeah, that thing almost took me out. That thing took my energy and it took my phone energy. Yeah, it was crazy. It's you guys got to go. I don't know if you
Yeah,
guys are friends with what's her name.
Lisa.
Yeah, Lisa. You guys good like friends with her?
We're not good friends with her, but I did add her and I did talk to her about it. So
Yeah.
we're gonna try to go out there. We actually have another team that wants to come down to Texas and collab with us there. So we're gonna
Yeah,
see what happens there.
yeah, and you know what you can do is like these teams that want to come on my show. I'll be more than happy to like have them. They can just get their names out there, and like we're all in this together. And I want to have
Mhm.
fun. Like I want to just like go out there and meet friends and just investigate and get. All I want to do is just get evidence. Like
Exactly.
get the best evidence we can and post it. And like it doesn't have to be on my site. Just post it. Just and that's what I want. I want to show people that all this is real, and I'm glad you guys shared your experiences. Like that. I like to use my podcast as kind of like a testimonials. Like these are people that actually go out there, risk their lives. Because it's a hard. Like I tell people, it's not just like, oh, we'll just go get a camera and get on YouTube and be cool and and get views. It's like you're gonna get hurt. Like
Yeah.
you're putting yourself at risk. And that's even John when on his podcast he told his like latest one I had with him. He said it like he went to the Queen Mary and all that stuff. Like he's been out, and been to a lot of places. He's been doing it for so many years, and he's told me he's been attacked. He's seen some crazy stuff, and that's cool,
Yeah, I
and
mean, we risk being attacked. We risk attachments coming home with
yes,
us. I mean, we're moms, we're parents. I mean, you're a dad, so we have to be careful what we bring home. And then, just mentally too, exhausted for the next what 2 or 3 days. Uh, Having to stay up. I actually had one friend. She told me that she didn't like to watch. She didn't like to watch shows like Ghost Hunters because you had to wait too long for the evidence because they were actually showing them investigate and things like that. She likes to watch the shows where they're just talking about all the stories. And I was like, man, you think that's a long time that you're having to wait? We're out there for a good 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 hours, and we're reviewing evidence later. Like, so
yeah,
it's
and
it's
that's true. Yeah, sometimes you don't get it. Like you can be there, and like the evidence that we caught on that street at Stony Valley, we saw that entity. We were there for like, man, it was me and Art and his wife and of course all live in PS, right? And nothing really happened. Like I mean, yes, I was getting those calls and everything, but all that happened when we did that sulfo method and the review. That's when we
mhm.
caught it. Like that's when it really paid off. Like those 6 hours over there, and then we're like, oh shit, we got it all. And that was like the highlight. But that was like once in like it was like a lucky shot.
Yeah.
Even John Delgado, that I think he with those videos that he shared on the podcast, he did one for the VFW one, and they didn't pick up. She told me they didn't pick up anything until he put a camera out there, and I think it was like a couple hours later they reviewed it, and that's when they caught that entity, where like the you
Yeah.
see like the light come out and everything, and sometimes it's like that, it's a hit or miss, and
Yeah.
sometimes you will get it, sometimes we'll get that communication that we're looking for, and that's where it gets a little bit that's where it gets scary because you know what's going to happen, and you don't know what you're bringing home, and these spirits, they attack you. They won't attack you directly. They'll attack someone in your family that's weak, you know
Yep.
like
Yep.
my friend, well, the first podcast I did with that guy Bobby, and he and you'll meet him. He's a real cool guy. um Bobby Price. He was telling me about his cousin, I think, that's going through it right now. He lived in a house and it was an attachment, and they moved to like 3 houses and it's still with them. And he's telling me it's messing with his family. Like him and his wife he's like he gets angry a lot, and him and his ex are like or about not divorced, but they're like fighting with and they have kids, and he's having these crazy dreams, of his kids like leaving him or getting killed or something like weird. Like he's describing,
Oh,
I'm
wow.
like, and I'm telling him like that because that thing is already like that's what it's doing. Is it wants him to separate, so
Yeah.
he'll be alone, and once he's alone, that's when you're vulnerable. You know, that's what
Yep.
it does. It breaks families. It breaks the things that you love is what it's gonna attack. So like it can attack your kids. You know, your kids can have
Yep.
bad dreams. It could make your kids' life miserable, and then eventually you're gonna get sick of it, right? And then I don't know, maybe your husband blames you for it, and then there you go, you guys are clashing, right? Eventually
Mhm.
separation comes, and then you know that's how they work. It's just not like the movies where they just get in you like that. I mean, it's possible, but like it like with me, when it happened to me, it didn't happen just like that. It's not like I went over there and then I came back home and, oh, there I go, I'm ready. It's taken over me. At that time I was going through like a bad like separation from my ex. um it I wasn't happy with my life at that point. I felt I was like depressed. I was trying to find myself, and I didn't know what to do. And I was kind of like already giving up. And then when that happened, it just happened. And that's what. But I got saved. I got lucky.
Yeah. Well, that's
So
good.
yeah. And
But
Yeah, and
things
you're
like
right.
that,
It's
it's just
not like
scary.
the movies and TV. We all get. Oh, sorry.
No.
Yeah, and it's definitely not like movies and TV. We don't get things right away. Sometimes we don't feel anything. Sometimes we don't see anything, and sometimes we don't catch it until we've been reviewing hours and hours of evidence. Yeah.
and that's
So,
when it pays off. That's when it
people
pays
think
off.
they want to see everything really fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, like they're
Yeah.
expecting it. Like when they go, they're like, oh, I want to see something, and yeah, maybe at some point you may get that. Like I think like if we go to like something like if you ever went to like Bobby Mackey's or that other place you just mentioned, um, I'm pretty sure you can see things. Something that has powerful ghostly, activities. Like there. I mean, I believe you can see it. You know, but these sometimes you don't. You just go out there and you're there for like a couple. I mean, we went to one where a lady said she saw some of their statues and she had a shit ton of statues, and I believe that they can take, and there was something there, but nothing really happened. Like that thing was just hiding. you know and we didn't get no evidence. We didn't get nothing on camera. We had all these cameras set up, and nothing happened. We just went out there for like 4 hours, and it was like, okay, so
Yep.
much for that. Like, but yeah, it's good, man. And every time I talk about like this, I just get pumped up. Like I just want to go. Like,
I know.
yeah, yeah, and definitely we gotta go. We all gotta go together. We all gotta definitely go out. You
Yeah,
just you
definitely
just
for
let me
sure.
know. You just let me know, and I'll be there, man. I mean,
We're putting lists together. We're getting contacts.
Yeah.
As
Well,
soon as we get the okay, we're gonna be out there.
yeah,
I
like
told
like
I,
let me
I
know.
told the girls, I was
Yeah, we
like,
have our bucket list ready.
yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like I had mentioned earlier. I told the girls once we get the all clear, I want to make an event where the Ghoul Gals will invite surrounding paranormal teams. We'll pick a place. We'll all go out together, get to know each other, investigate together, kind of learn from each other. Because again, no one's an expert in the paranormal field. You can say
Yep.
you know everything, but in the end, you don't. So
Yeah.
we can learn from each other, kind of pick up techniques from each other. But at the end of the day, it's like I said, we just want to have fun and get to know everyone.
Yeah, because if you think about
Yeah.
it, we're all family in this, you know,
Mhm.
because it's like that, and I agree with you 100%. Like I think that's a awesome idea. Like I said, I know there's some paranormal groups out there, and they think they're better than everything, and I seen them. I even try to get some on my show, and they're like, yeah, yeah, I'll be in your show, and then they don't go. They're like too good, and I'm like, nah, get out of here. And I seen their show, and they talk like they know it all, and I see a lot of mistakes they talk on. Like, yeah, yeah, okay, dude, I seen. But it's not all about that. It's all about just like my goal is just to just show people that it's real. That's it.
Yeah.
And like I said, it don't have to be my footage. I don't care. Like if you guys pull the best footage, awesome. You know, like it's just I'm just proud to have y'all. Like, yeah, they're my friends. Like, yeah, these are the
Right.
these are these are these are the guys that are like, pulling out the real shit. You know what I'm saying? Like these guys are going out there pulling out the real evidence, and if they ever question me, like, how do you know it's real? I'm like, well, then look up Ghost Gals. Like look at them. Like go look or get with contact with Sydney or Jennifer or the other Jennifer. They all got this crazy stuff. That's kind of like what I want to point them out to. Like you don't think it's real? Talk to these people. You know,
Yeah.
they'll show you some real shit. Like, and that's kind of what I want to do. Like, and like I said, I'm not here for the views. I'm not here. just here for the fun of it, man. And like I want to go out. Like that's really what I want to do. I like I want to give my evidence too. I want to share it with people. I want to share it, with. That's why I'm always like telling people come check out these people. Like Dead Seekers, I'm always promoting them. I'll promote y'all. I'm always saying like what I really what I want to do is I want to build like a like Dead Seekers and like me and Art, we're gonna have our own, but I want to have like a kind of like an inner circle kind of thing, like you said,
Hmm.
I guess like a couple of groups that we can trust. Like I know there's many of them, but
Yeah.
I think what me and Art want to do is have the good ones, the real good ones, like y'all. Like you guys are good people. We'll have that closeness, like you were seeking with NPS. Like you want to have that bond where you guys trust each other. Like, hey, well, we're all gonna go out and we all know each other and we're just gonna be cool and we're just gonna have fun. There's not gonna be this
Yeah.
backstabbing. There's not gonna be this, oh, that's my idea. That, oh, well, she used my camera for it. Or I led her to that room, so therefore she caught that, but I sensed it. Like it's none of that. I never liked that shit. It's like we're all in it together. We're all there to have fun. We're all there to experience this and learn from it.
Yeah.
We like to use
Absolutely.
the word para unity because that's what it is.
Yeah, and that's what he tried to do. He tried to develop that, but it wasn't for that. It was just to steal ideas. That's all it was. It wasn't like it's all get together and be one. The idea was great. It was great, and I was for it. But I kind of already, I kind of knew where it was going. And I was like, and when they did that to Sads, I was like, okay, dude, like I'm done. Like it's
Yeah. We
yeah,
definitely need to all get together and build that, what we were looking for,
yeah, and
um, and what we have. And it's all about that trust, that we to just trust each other. Like you said, empaths are and sensitives are an important part of the investigation. We bring something very different, and if that's trusted, our feelings are trusted, then we can find some really great evidence. Um,
yeah, you can working as a team. You can get a lot of things done. You can just discover. And that's what I want. Like I want people that are really serious. I mean, I'm not saying serious where like you got to be hardcore. I'm just saying people that we can trust, serious and have the same mindset and get evidence and help people. And it's all about helping people. It's just not about us trying to get evidence and be cool. And it's about helping the people. And that's
yep,
what I love about y'all. Like I can tell y'all are like that. I love about Sentinel Dead Seekers Junior and them, man. They're so passionate. Like, and they're all cool. They're like, we're just here to have fun. We're here to show people that we care, and we just want to prove that it's out there. And
yep,
and that's the way art is too. Art is just passionate about it. He's not in for it for like, oh, we're gonna be the number one San Antonio. Yeah, I mentioned a couple of times that I want to be the, but that's just me talking. But I mean, in reality, like it's all about we're all together. Like I said, we don't, like you said, we don't know everything. I don't know everything. I can't sit here and
yeah.
tell you like, oh, well, I know the paranormal, and y- I
We
don't
all
know.
gotta have high hopes, right? But at the end of the day,
Yeah,
we all
like
have the same goal in mind.
yeah, we all have the same goals. Like I mean, and that's cool. I mean, it's cool to have a little, little ego. Like, yeah, well, we want to be there. That's fine. That's cool. I mean, me, I just like to hear stories. I like to, and just hear like y'all, you telling me stories. It just motivates me. It's like it makes me feel good because like like you said at one point I did think, what am I crazy?
Yep.
And you can remember back in the day, like man, we were living back like in the 50s, like my dad's time. Back in then, man, you couldn't even mention that shit. Because they would lock your ass up.
Yep.
They call
Yep.
they'll be like, oh, okay, honey, like you stay right here, and then they'll come have some people come pick you up.
Or
Put
in
you in a
my
straight
case,
jacket.
you had your grandma come up to you and be like, "Mija, go to church. It's gonna be okay. Go to
Yeah,
church. Pray to God."
yeah,
I'm like, really? Like your mom used to do this stuff. Your mom used to talk to shadow people, and you're telling me I'm crazy?
yep. And what's weird?
It's the
Um,
fear.
my ex, that reminds me of experience. When I was with my ex, right? Her grandma, sweet lady, man. She was already sick, right? She was already dying, and she was at a hospital, right? Or like a old home, and old woman's home, and she was, she was already like asleep. You know, she wasn't gonna wake up, and they're just waiting for her to pass on right before they, you know. So it was weird. Like we're there and we're watching her, and I spent the night with my ex. Right, we're sleeping, and we, you know, we're just hoping for the best, right? And I heard this l- old lady talking, right? And I look in her room, and there's no one there, and she's talking to her son. She's like, son, and she just kept saying son, and she's carrying on this conversation, and she was in good health, like she was standing up, and she was just talking to somebody, and I'm here like, what the hell, you know? Like, and you know, the nurses, they didn't say anything. They're just like, you know, it's her, right? And then the next day, she just, all I heard her say was, are you ready to take me home, son? You ready to take me home? You know? And I'm here like, what the hell, right? I'm here like, is she seeing like her loved ones, you know? Like, but you know, she's standing up, like she didn't look sick, or I mean, she looked old, but she didn't look sick. Like she wasn't just laying there. And she's walking around her bed and everything, and she's talking to the room. And then the next day we go visit, right? You know, because she hasn't passed on yet, right? So my ex spend the night there. I go home. She's like, go home and sleep. So I go home and sleep, take my daughters, right? And then I come back the next day to bring her breakfast and everything. And she tells me, oh, you know that old lady that was talking last night? She goes, the one that was freaking us out. I go, yeah. She goes, she passed away. I was like, what? I'm like, how? She's like, she just died in her sleep. I was like, wow. Like, and I told her, do you remember what she was saying? She's like, yeah, yeah, I remember. I remember she was talking. She was saying, son, are you ready to take me home? And
Oh,
and
wow.
she passed away. And I'm like, I was so weirded out. Like I was so freaked out. I looked in the room, they already got rid of her body. Like, you know, it was already like it was ready for another person to go in there, you know?
Oh, wow.
And all I remember her saying, like, but she was saying it in Spanish, you know? Like, I'm ready to go home. Like, mijo, you're ready to take me home. And I'm here like, who the fuck's she talking to, you know? And I'm looking in there, and there's no one in there. Like, there's the door's like wide open. Like, you could just pass by the room and look inside, and you see her. And yeah, she was like, I'm ready to go home already. She's like, I'm ready to go home, and she sounded real like serious about it.
Oh,
And
wow.
she's like, okay, mijo, and but she was talking to somebody. Like, she was looking at somebody. Like, she wasn't just looking up at nowhere. And the next day, she dies. That night, she passed on. She went to sleep. She never woke up. I
That's
was
crazy.
like, wow, like that's crazy. Like, you know, and I told my ex, see, I mean, there's something there, you know, like, and she's like, I never doubted it. I'm like, well, I'm just letting you know, like, that's scary, you know.
Yeah.
It was scary because like it was sad because she was, you know, she was an old lady. Like, look, you know, it's like, oh, pobrecita, you know, where's her family? You know, I don't think she had family because I didn't see no one visiting her. But yeah, she passed on, and
Wow.
that's just crazy because she looked healthy. She was standing up, she was talking, she was moving around,
Oh,
and then
wow.
she's gone. So yeah, that's crazy.
That is crazy.
Yep, man. You know, but I'm glad that y'all got on the show. I'm glad that y'all came out. I'm glad to meet y'all. I'm glad that y'all have this bond. After that, I mean, that's cool that you guys made that idea. I mean, I like me. When I left, I didn't think I was gonna do this. I was already kind of like, it's always gonna be there, But I was too already into it.
Yeah.
And
Well, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. When Jennifer came back, I started dropping hints. I was like, "Hey, y'all, we should like kind of do our own thing." And then just they're just like, "You know what? Like, we feel it. Like, it's right. Like, you're right." And so we just agreed
Mhm.
that today's the day we're gonna branch off and do our own thing.
We did. We were like, let's wait a few months, or let's, we're not sure. And no, it just went from one day to the next. We were like, okay, this is it. So we're gonna do this. We respectfully gave them a call. We let them know all together what we were gonna do. We asked, for their support. Um, and yeah, that's what we did.
and
Yep, and the next day there was our page.
Yep.
that that's good that y'all that's good that y'all left. Sometimes you have to, sometimes you have to branch out, and that's good that you guys have that. Like, I could tell you guys have that one mind thing, like you're on the same page,
Yeah.
and that's good, and that's going to take y'all far, and at least in this field, because you got to have that. And I think that's what MPS lacked. you know there wasn't
We
that.
just Yeah, we just felt a stronger bond with the three of us than anything else. So figured, why not? go with that bond and use that and work with that. We felt like we were probably gonna get more, I don't know, more results that way, or I don't know. It's just that bond. It just felt strong right there, the three of us.
Yeah, because two.
Not to say, I mean, because we're gonna add more people, but um, we were all on the same page.
That's good. That's good. That's good that, like I said, you have that bond, because that's what's gonna bring results, and that's what's gonna make the group stronger, because y'all gotta be family, everyone's gotta be family, and that's what you need in this type of field, where you're dealing
Yeah.
with the unknown, and half the unknown sometimes is so negative,
Yep.
and you can't be
Complete
far.
trust.
Yeah, you can't.
Hmm.
These things know when you're upset. They know what to attack you. You think when they don't know, they know. You know,
Exactly.
you can hide it from everybody. Like, we can all go and we can think you're smiling, we think you're having a great time, but they know, and
Yeah.
that's the first thing they're gonna attack. Like you said, how
And
you
it.
said that you were crying, you're having those emotions, right? Like, they're attacking you. That's I mean,
Hmm.
you're using it as a vessel, but that's a sign of an attack.
Yeah.
And I know, like I told, it happened to Mary Lou, where we went to that house where we saw that shadow. Before all that happened, that thing was mimicking her dad, and she
Wow.
and she was believing it. She was like, "Oh, that's my dad," and I could tell her, "Nope, it's not your." Yes, it is, Mike. And we're like going at it, like, and she's like, "It's my fault." I go, first of all, why would your dad even do it now?
Yeah.
You know, why would he? It's like, why would your dad come in the middle of darkness? You know,
Yeah.
like, it's not the right place. But it was messy with her, and she started like losing it. And she had to step out of the house for a little bit. Because that thing was attacking her.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
Like the very last investigation we went on with NPS, I had been like telling them I'm not going to go, I can't go, something's telling me not to go, and I ended up going anyways. And Jennifer stopped by to do a blessing for all of us because Kayla was out of town at the time, and Jennifer knew that I wasn't strong enough to be there on my own. And me and Jennifer have, all like I said, we've always had this really strong bond. So she went, she dropped her kids off, and she was like, "I'll be right back." And she, sure enough, she showed up, and I felt better. I felt at ease. Like, she had my back. And that's why we all decided to do this, because we just have this really, really strong connection. Like, I feel like I've known these girls my entire life. We will literally call each other on Zoom or on FaceTime, and we'll watch TV together, and we'll just joke about random stuff. Like, we used to call each other on Wednesdays, and we would watch the new Ghost Hunter shows. We called it Booze and Booze Wednesdays. And we can stay on the phone together for hours on end. Like, I can call these girls my sisters.
that's cool. That's a good that's a bond. And like, it's when I was at PS, it was hard to adapt. Like me, it was hard because I couldn't relate to anybody. Maybe with y'all, if I was there, maybe then, if but I already had gone,
Yeah.
but like, I I mean, don't get me wrong, like there
Yeah.
were some cool people like Hector and Matt. They were all cool, but I just couldn't bond. The energy, like I tell you, I go by energy levels. I go by,
Yeah.
and I just wasn't vibing with them. Like their lyrics wasn't vibing with my lyrics, and I couldn't do it no more. I just said I can't.
Yeah.
And then when I broke away and did it solo, honestly, I was getting more results. Like when I would do my own little investigations at home, I would go and do it for people, and I would get like a shit ton of results. Like, as far as EVPs, I haven't really done any camera work. And I'd hopefully, when I get to St. Joan of Arc, I know Art's got a lot of good camera work, and I'm gonna invest. I was thinking about buying Steve Hub has that ghost box that he uses. He has it. This is guy that makes it, that which is an official from him. It's like $600, and
Wow.
I'm ready to drop it, like, just to get
So, did I ever tell you that you're my best friend?
it. I'm thinking about getting it. Like, I'm so into it. Like, and then once I get it, I'm gonna be using it. Like, I'm gonna use it at home. I'm gonna try to get into that state where, like, where I want to talk to these ghosts. Cause like when I do that meditation music, I meditate. Like, I get into it. Like, and I'm not here like just doing the meditations at home. Not that shit. Like, when I hear the music talks to me. It's like the wave patterns. I don't. It's hard to describe. It's just like you have to go through it. And the other day I did it, and something got into my body. like I lost myself, and like, but it was a calm thing that went through, and it was really cool. Like it was a cool experience. Like I was seeing things, and it was just like a peaceful. It's almost like if I went to the other side for a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's I have to show it to y'all. I'll maybe when we'll zoom again, and I'll show you how to get to there. But yeah, like it's real good. It's called it's kind of, it's like they say, you they want to reach your higher self, you know, because like that's kind of what we're striving for in this world. Like we're at this point in our world where like where we level up, right? And like eventually we're gonna get to that point in our life where we get to yeah, you get to a higher self, like your real self. You know, when you're out of this world, you're gonna see who you really are. You know,
Yeah.
and this kind of meditation, it gets you to that point. This meditation even gets you talking to like your spirit guides, your your ancestors. You know, I've heard stories where people actually got in touch with them. You know, it helps you manifest truth. You know, especially what's going on in the world. You know, like if you want to know what's really going, like there's a lot of shit that I already found out that I can't talk on here, and it's stuff that would have to talk personally, because it not everyone won't believe it. It's almost like talking about ghosts, you know, but not really. And it's through meditation that I found through this, and research, you know, and I have the stuff I would tell you, it makes sense of what's going on right now as we speak. All these events that are going on right now, it'll, if I told you what was going on, you wouldn't believe me. But if I told you why it's going on, you'll be like, oh, it makes sense now. You know, that's why I see the world different. I can't see it the way I used to. That's why I tell you, like my life right now is like the Matrix. Like, you know, the red pill, blue pill. The red pill is like you see truth, and then the blue pill is just like, oh, whatever. You're just walking. You're like ants. You're just doing your daily thing. You get up, you go. You know, you're doing your regular thing, and you're not
Mhm.
really. You know, have you ever thought about like when you're working, you're thinking like, why am I working so much? Shouldn't I just be enjoying life? You know, if you think about it, like we're kind of like slaves. You think about it, because we're still working. Like it doesn't matter. Like we're not really enjoying the best part of life, which is with your kids, you know, with you go hiking, you know, go venture off to other countries, you know, ghost hunt, whatever, you know, like we just do things that we want. And right now we're not doing that, you know, and if you
Yeah.
think about it, we're forgetting who we are, you know. You know, we I mean, like me, I would rather spend time with my girls, you know, I would rather take them everywhere. I'd rather go travel and see new things, and, you know, see different countries, and go ghost hunting. Like I like really I want to go ghost hunting like in, dude, like in like was it Scotland and UK, like the
Yes.
UK, the Scotland, you know, all Europe, you know, like,
I want to go to China.
oh,
They always
China
have crazy
too.
stuff.
China has some crazy, yeah. I know China has a big like, the Asian area has a big like ghost activities. I know, like you know, I know if you in your Facebook, you guys follow like paranormal hauntings, or there's some few podcasts that go on UK and the old castles and stuff like that. Man, like I would love to do those.
Yes.
All that is like that's what I want to do. Like I told my daughter, once you get married and you're old enough and everything, like I'm gonna start. I'm just gonna go. Like I'm gonna just go travel. You know, I'm a single guy. I'm gonna go out there and just live life to the fullest. You know, but I want to go ghost hunting. Like I want to get some, because I mean, I think you can get some good evidence out there.
Yeah, me and my husband, we say that once our kids are out of the house, we're gonna just travel the world and go ghost hunting and just Airbnb our house out.
Yeah, you can do that, and yeah, and you know, and it'd be fun. I mean, like, you know, live life to the fullest, man. You know, I mean, that's kind of what I want to do. But I want to go with people, though. I don't want to go by myself. You know, I want to go with people and just go and have fun and just investigate and, you know, see what, you know, maybe I'm gonna get shit, but maybe y'all can get stuff, you know, and then we can just enjoy the, you know, the evidence, you know.
So we're getting connections from every state, so that when we go to different states,
Yeah, and that's good that you guys are have a see, I'm not even at that point. Like that's kind of like the good that you guys are networking, you know, seeing things. 'Cause like, I mean, that's what John did. John, he networked, and man, he got into Bob Mackey's, and he got into the Queen Mary and all these other stuff you mentioned. I forgot, but now you mentioned a lot. And that's good that you guys have a big following, man. 500 or 700, right? That's
700.
that's awesome. I mean, shit, my page only got like once 120, I believe. And I don't care about that, but it's just like that's good. You guys got a good support system.
We don't even know how. Yeah, that's exactly how that happened. Is our support system.
We have a giant, giant support system. I always, always, no matter what live we go on, I always thank Keith Bailey, John Doherty, Daryl Lynn, those guys. I call them my paranormal brothers. They have supported us so much than other people who you think would. So definitely, we greatly appreciate them for sure. And then Courtney, she's one of our friends. We appreciate her as
Yeah,
well.
See, so you know how you said
yeah.
you're my best friend. I'm gonna be like, no, no, I'm y'all's best friend.
Yes, you're my, but you are now
I'm
our
like,
best
I'm
friend.
y'all. I'm gonna be like, tell her about Lonewolf Paranormal.
And you,
See,
of course, like we want to thank you as well for taking time out of your day. You could have had anybody on here. You asked us, so we greatly appreciate that as well.
oh yeah, you guys are always welcome on here. Like my show is gonna be like a hangout. Like you see, like if you guys are bored and say, hey Mike, what are you doing today? And I'm like, nothing. You guys want to talk about? I mean, like my show is just nothing about like paranormal. It's always about paranormal, but we can always talk about like ghost stories. Like like let's see, you found an article about like I like stories about like the black eyed kid. You heard about that one?
I was thinking about that yesterday. I was like, that is so scary because like there was a knock at my door yesterday, and it was late at night, and I was like, oh my god, what if it's a black-eyed children? Like, what do I do? It was my neighbor though, so we're good.
Yeah. Like stories like that, like it's cool because like I read an article about them where like and it's weird, you think that it would happen like, oh, this was like a long time ago, like back in the day. No, this is like recent. Like there's been some recent
Mhm.
activities where like I think it was a boy and a girl that they knock and they would say like they're lost or some shit like that, and can you let me
Uh-huh.
in? And of course people would look at them and be like, oh look, two kids, whatever, they feel sorry for them, but then they notice their eyes, they're like
Mm-mm.
black as shit,
Yeah.
and they're like they look crazy, and then they were like, no, we can't, and then they start demanding
Yeah,
like, let us in, and I think one incident where they did let them in. I think there's one story where it happened, and they they let them in, and then those kids like they brought something in the house, like, and then like I guess they showed their true form, and then they were gone.
they
Like it's
Oh,
devoured their soul. Those
Yeah,
kids.
like they didn't kill them, but they just scared the shit out of them, you know. And then they were gone. Like it was crazy. Like I know it was one story that they actually did let them in, but I know a lot of people said they seen them like weird at night, and
that's
they just
crazy.
they would just like, what the hell, Like I mean, I wouldn't even pick up a kid. I saw a kid in the middle of the highway. Hell no, like I would be like,
Mm-mm.
nah, I wouldn't care. I don't care if I saw a kid standing on the side of a road, like sitting there
I'm
looking.
super paranoid. I'm super paranoid. I get a knock on my door. I'm like at the door. Who is it? I don't know you. Go somewhere else.
But
I'm
since
like, no.
since you guys are all sensitives, like you'll know.
Oh yeah.
You're gonna know real quick, like if it's something bad, like even if it disguises itself as a innocent puppy, like you're gonna know, like, okay, there's something wrong here, because I pick it up, like I pick up like HEB. I work at overnight, and sometimes I see shit. Like I kid you not. Like in the corner of my eye, I could have sworn I saw, and I'm not talking about a dark figure. I'm talking about a full person. Like I'll see it walking the side of me, and it'll just be like if I see it, I'm on this side, I'll see it walking the other side, and I'll be like, how in the fuck did he go through that? Like, did he just go through the double doors over there? And I lock it. I'm like, no way, because I
Mm,
got the alarm on. If someone hit it, it's gonna go off. And I go, and so there's days where I'll go down there to the bottom floor by myself, and I'll check, like, because I'm in charge of it. Like, if anything happens, like, I'm the overnight manager, so like, if anything happens, it's on my ass, So I
yeah.
had to make sure that no one. And I set the alarm. I shut off all the elevators. They stay up on top of the second floor, so that like no one can use them, no one can come in. And sometimes I'll take it down, and I'll be like, I just saw something, and I go, and there's nothing there, and I'll double lock the door. I'll check the doors, and I'll make sure they're locked and they're solid locked, And I look at the alarm, like I know I got it on, and then we have the receiving door back to the elevator, and I have that locked too, and I'll go down there and check it too, and I'm like, okay, the receiving is up here. The elevator's like right here in my face. Like there's no way. So yeah, there's days where like I'll see stuff at even at work, and I'm with
Yeah.
people. I'm with people. Like the stalkers are doing their thing, and I'm here like in the front of the store, and I'll just see like something just like.
Yeah, I think HEB doesn't check their locations, but they should. Because I used to work. I used to work as a cashier, and so I wouldn't leave till like midnight. And it was me and two other partners sitting in the break room, and we all heard a baby crying. And we're
Mhm.
like, "What the hell? A grocery store? A baby?" And they all look at me and they're like, "Go check it out. You're the ghost hunter." And I'm like, "Nope, that's where I said bye."
Yeah, like the one on Ogalitos I work at, it's been there since like the 50s.
Oh
Like
wow.
it's been there forever. Like it's a, I mean, that's where they remodeled it, but it's been here like forever. So it's already like a historical landmark, you know. And it's yeah, people. I mean, I seen stuff there. I even take walks sometimes. Like when I used to work at 12, like at to 12, and I'll be like 9 o'clock, 10, and I'll just go out for a walk because I need to get away from the energy. You know, people like just drain me. Step out there to get some air, and sometimes I'll see shit. Like it's crazy. Like I'll see like I'll walk in the park around because right next door. I'll just across the street, and I'll just see someone like look like someone's walking, and I'll be like, oh, they're just jogging because some people do that. They'll jog at night, and then I look and I see them walking, and I look again, they're gone. I'm like, oh hell no! Like I know they just didn't zoom through me, you know, like and then I'll see people coming towards me, and it looked like a couple, but I just see like their silhouettes, like their shadow. And I'm just like, they're just, and it is like at 8 o'clock. It's eight, before the time changed. It was dark, and I would be like, they're just, they're doing the exercise. That's cool, whatever, right? And I'm looking, I'm hearing I'm jamming out, and I look again, and they're gone, and they're coming
Oh
towards
wow.
me. They're coming towards me. So like the moment I look up, and I'm not looking like 10 minutes later looking up. I'm looking like instantly, and they would have already seen them. They were gone, and I'm like, shit, like, yeah.
Crazy.
So yeah, that all that is scary, But yeah, definitely. I mean, shit, yeah, we got to get together. Hope you know, and that's good that you guys got a good background. I got to meet some of y'all's people. Like I want to, like know people more in the paranormal community. Like so.
Definitely.
But that's good. That's good that you guys are gonna have that event. Definitely, let me know. I'll go and see some people, and I'm glad that you guys are doing your own thing. That's very inspiring.
Thank you.
I mean, I know it didn't work out with the, with you with MPS, but hey, that's good that you kept that dream going. You didn't stop.
Yeah.
And
We I think we were all part of MPS for this reason, to be together.
yeah, and that's that. I mean, like I said, I don't have nothing bad to say about them. I don't. It is what it is, right? We just move forward.
Hmm.
That's good that you guys still have some connection. Like friendship as well, friendship wise. Just make sure that you just, you know, keep y'all's ideas to yourselves. You know, you know, just
Absolutely.
just just watch out for each other, especially when you guys are out there, and just keep doing your thing, and let me know whenever you guys go out. I mean, I'm always down. You know,
Absolutely.
yeah, because like I said, I don't know shit about the paranormal. I don't know any haunted sites here besides the normal areas, But I mean, if you guys got it, like, I want to go to houses that are like really bad. Like that's my next challenge. Like I want to go to a house that's like bad. Like the activity is high
Yeah.
because I want to see, and it's not just to see evidence, but I want to see how I react to it. You know, like I want to see the gift that I have. I want to see like if
Yeah.
it's gonna talk to me, if I'm gonna see shit, if like it's gonna expand my, you know, my knowledge or something. That's kind of reason why I want to go.
Yeah.
It's just to perfect it, so then I
Yeah.
can know what I'm capable of doing. Because so far I've seen a little bit of what I can do, but I really want to, like John had mentioned. He's like, you haven't really been like about Mackey's like the real. He never messed with demons, like that's a whole different level of
Yeah.
investigations, and that's kind of where I want to go. I want to be at that level. You see that shit, like I mean, and I don't care if I'll get scared. I just want to know, like, shit, I was there. This isn't real. This is real. I got scratched. Because like I've gotten stretched too. I've waken up sometimes, and I'll wake up and I'll have like these scratch marks on my arm. It's weird, and it's in my house. And these are just, and it is not because my house haunted. It's because these dreams that I have.
Yeah.
And I'll wake up and I call those scratches. I call them demon art. That's what I call them. Because sometimes they're just not scratches. Like sometimes I had a scratch on my arm where it made like a symbol,
Oh well.
like weird. Like it looked like it was like scratched, but it looked like a cross, but not really. It was weird. It looked like the shape of a star, but it was like scratched on me. I woken up with one of those.
Wow.
That's crazy.
So I started calling it demon art. I was just like, it's marking, you know.
Do you have
That
like
makes sense.
protection in your house for
My,
yourself?
my daughter does that. Yeah, she learned that. And the music I hear, like the music I was telling you about, there's so much music like cleansing. There's some for like if you have anxiety. There's some that you feel mentally drained. There's some that it'll boost your like if you want to meditate more and you reach your spiritual guides, spiritual animals, your deities, your ancestors. It's weird. All the you can look it up. Like it's just called like meditation music. Look up DMT. DMT is a little bit hardcore because it's more like sound waves. Like it's like zoom, boom, 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 boom. Like it's weird. Like
Hmm.
it's and the frequencies because everything's based on frequencies. Our mind is based on frequencies. Everything's based frequencies, and and like it's weird when you hear it, you're gonna be like, oh shit. You put your headphones on and you hear it, you're gonna your mind starts tingling. You're gonna start feeling this weird sensation, and in a good way, not in a bad way. So one of the YouTubers tested it out. It was crazy because like he was on Twitch, right? And he was telling people about that DMT music, and all his followers were like, "What the hell's a DMT?" And he put it. It was weird. Like the chat log, you see like the chat log going up, right? Like people talking, and he put that shit on blast,
Yeah,
like
good stress.
loud, and that thing was going zoom, 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 and like you see his chat log going like people typing, it was going like crazy fast, and people were like, "What the hell's that sound? It's hurting my ears. Oh my god, that's some devil shit. Like cut it out." Like, and that's when I freaked out. Like, whoa, what is this DMT shit? He did it live on Facebook, and people were going nuts. I'm on Twitch, and people were just like, "What the hell is that? And what kind of sound? Oh, it's hurting my ear. I can't understand this. Why I feel weird? Like they're tripping on it, you know?"
It's kind of like that experiment that Robert Suncat, he's one of the MPS members. He turned it on, and he did it at the Sandy Royce investigation. Actually, he turned it on, and immediately I heard it, and I was like, what's that?" And he was like, "Nothing, I'm recording on my phone." I said, "No, what are you playing? Whatever it is, I hate it. Like, I do not like it." And he was like, "What are you talking about?" And I said, "Turn it off. Whatever it is, turn it off now." And it's funny because like everyone else couldn't hear anything. But here I was getting a headache. I was getting annoyed. I could hear this weird sound wave. And I was just like, I hate it. Like, I do not like it. And I hang out with a bunch of friends who are into to like witch well, spells and witches and stuff. And I played it for them, and every single one of them was like, "Oh my god, that is the most scariest thing ever." Two of them ended up getting an anxiety attack. One of them just could not listen to it at all, and the other one was getting so mad. She was like, "I was getting really angry when I heard that." But it's weird because not everyone can hear the sound wave, and those who can, it affects us really really bad.
Yep. And that's what I like about it because like I like it because I project it back. Like when I hear it, I can absorb it and I can take it in, you know. And yeah, like when I and there's some real peaceful ones, and there's one called Archangel Michael. If you look it up, you just type it into Archangel Michael meditation, and it's real nice, real like that. And then you hear this nice little like a horn, but it's like like and then you hear a ding like that, but it hits your pineal gland like boom, like, and it's in a good way, but it's like whoa, like you hear this like sound like it's like if someone goes hits a bell like ding, and you hear the vibration going zzz, like
All the sound waves bouncing
yeah,
off.
like it bounces off your head, and that's frequency, and and all that is used like a radio. Like people believe that those frequencies, like how some when you hear music and it has a sad frequency, so you start feeling depressed, right? And then there's this frequency where it pumps you up, right? It feels like, oh, I like it. It makes me feel happy. It makes me feel sad. It makes me feel like like shit. That's what music is in this world. And honestly, like music is a form of control. Like it's good and it's bad. Like how so you can hear lyrics and you can like a song, but it's like, oh, it's bad. But then you feel that vibe on it, like it just doesn't feel right. It sounds bad. That's frequency. There's good
Hmm.
frequency and bad frequency, you know? And that's what is used when they play the stations. They do that to control your emotions. And you have to be smart and you gotta understand how it works, to avoid that. and that's what I'm telling you. It's another thing that we got to get together when we have time. We can chill, drink beers, talk about it. Like, and then and then you'll
I'm
understand
down.
more. And because we could be here forever, like, but it's a whole different level. It's like kind of out of the paranormal realm. It has a connection to it, but it's a whole different like subject. And like I said,
Whole
we could be
different
here.
beast.
Oh yeah, and like you said, like they put it on and it irritated you, right? Like yeah, it's like
Yeah,
that.
I got like instantly annoyed, and I was like, whatever this is, turn it off. Like, I don't like it. It it started off making me scared at first, and then the longer he had it on, the more like aggravated I got.
Yeah, because there's some ones that are like hardcore, like it's like I get it, there's one that sounds like monks, like but it's crazy, like it's weird, the DMT, and the picture it has on the screen, it has like eyes, and it looks scary, but it hits.
This
And
one had a picture of a lion, and the frequency noise it let off, it was like a like a screeching noise,
Oh,
but it would like shoot off little sound waves, and you're just like, ugh.
yeah,
You're just so mad.
yeah, and I remember they played that for me, and I was like getting, like you said, getting mad, and and now you know how those dogs, when they hear the sirens, and they're like,
my
"Ooh," and they're
gosh.
they're howling, right, but it's annoying the hell out of them. That's
Hmm.
kind of like our version of it, like when you hear that shit, you're just like, and like I say, it's there's some good ones, like there's some real peaceful ones that, man, it makes you feel mellowed out. Like I like when I come stressed from work sometimes, like I'll put that shit on and I'll just take a nap or I'll meditate, and it's like a blessing, like a cleansing. Like it's weird. It's like when, like every investigation when I would come to, and sometimes I feel a little scared, like when I was spaghetti warehouse and I got attacked there. Um, like I was like scared, right? I was like, oh shit, like, and I felt real spooked out, right? I drove home and I got home and I was like, I hope nothing attached to me. That's the first thing I'm thinking, right? And Kayla did a blessing on me and everything, but I'm still kind of like, and somebody was telling me, don't fear, right? And then I go home and my daughter knows, she knows already. She's like, Dad, you're a little bit freaked out, right? I go, yeah, and I told her what happened, and she's like, okay. So she's like, okay, Dad, and she puts on the song, this music, and it's real soothing, man. And like in like a matter of like minutes, like everything just felt peace. Like it felt like the house got cleansed. Like you just felt like everything was just gone, like, and I sleep to a lot of it, but you can look it up. You just look it up on YouTube. Just look up like, well, if you look up DMT, it's gonna come out with that hardcore one, and you'll know. You put it on, you're gonna be like, oh shit, and you turn it off. And then, but if you look up like Archangel Michael meditation music, look up soothing music, even the Tibet, what do you call it? I think the Tibet, like the country, they have it Tibet meditation, and it's kind of like a guy. He hits those bowls, boom, and it has a nice little vibe, and he's touching it like so it can sound real nice, And that's a good one too. Like that's good for your like headaches, and it clears your mind. But you can look up that too, and so you're gonna see some good ones and bad ones, and the bad ones, I don't know what they're for. I don't know. I try to test them. Some make me see, it's like it makes it, like my mind goes out of this world, like I'm gonna tell you that, like I get high on it, like it's just like, I get hypnotized on it, and then I'm starting to see shit, like, and not in a bad way. It's just kind of like, because you're in control of it. You have to control of what you want to see, and
Yeah.
my mind just spaces out, and I'm trying to reach out to like like I guess my ancestors, and sometimes I'll see things, like when I did it that one time I was telling you, something took over my body. It was crazy. This during the day I was like there, and then something just came at me, and I was like, and my daughter knew that something took over, because she was like, and I just kind of went like like that, and then like I just kind of went silent, and then I just felt something. I was seeing this like like weird, like it was forming like a face, but then like she woke me out because she got scared because I wasn't acting. She felt that I wasn't there, and she woke me up, and I kind of like snapped out of it, and I was all mad. I was like, shit, like I was already seeing this, like it was like I was going to a different realm or different place, and that's kind of what that music is. It tries to reach out, like your like I said, your ancestors, your higher self, so, but I haven't experimented, so I mean I kind of want to do that, but we'll see how that goes whenever I have time to do it. But
Yeah, I want to check that out because my go-to just sound is thunderstorms.
yeah, like
Mine
that's
too.
cool. That's cool. Yeah, we always into that too. Like it'll be like daylight, and I'll be sleeping to like storms and shit. And that's
Yeah.
cool.
Yes.
That's
We
that's
have
real cool.
Alexa, and we tell Alexa to play thunderstorm sounds.
And that's what I need. I always forget about Alexa. I need to get one of those. My brother has one. He's always telling me to get it, but nah, I don't know.
We're
I'm too.
horrible. Like right now, we're on vacation, and we're like, Alexa, what time is it? Never mind. Can somebody look at their phone? Yeah,
So
we're
you're,
trash.
you're you're not in San Antonio?
No, I'm actually in South Padre right now.
Oh, nice. Shit, I would love to
Yeah,
go there right now.
it's really
Yeah,
nice.
yeah, out there, hear the waves. I need to get out of here
Mhm.
too. I've been thinking about that, but yeah, I kind of want to go. I've been planning maybe in about 2 years. I want to go to either China or somewhere in Europe. My cousin went to Europe and she says the flights out there are real cheap. Just going to Europe.
Alrighty.
Yeah, she went to Europe. I just want to go out there. I just want to go investigate those like old castles and shit. Just the old grounds and everything. But I appreciate y'all guys having you on the show. Um, definitely we gotta do this again. And
Yep.
Yes, most definitely.
so yeah, hopefully next time we'll go and well not y'all go out there and bring some evidence and let me know and just keep in contact with us, keep in touch with us. You know, I know you guys add me on Facebook. I'll add you on Facebook. If you guys ever want to be on the show, hey, hit me up. You guys want to talk about anything? Cause like my show's gonna be like I don't know, just a hangout. It's not really.
Chill spot.
Yeah, it's a chill spot. Like I'm gonna have other people like because I know Zoom can have like up to like 8 people. I don't even know how many people can. And
Uh, a lot actually.
what I'm gonna
Yeah.
do is I know Art wants to be in it. I know for a while he couldn't be in the show because like his wife had a baby, so she's recovering and so I know pretty soon he's gonna be on the show. And when he comes on, I kind of want to have y'all there too, and we can have like this big old thing, like this big old talk
Yes.
and
That's awesome.
and I know he's got some announcements too. I know he has a book coming out. He also has announcements of a vampire court. I don't know if you heard about that. Yeah, and it's on the first podcast with Francisco. He talks about it. It's going to be him, Chris, and Kenneth Kenneth Dill, and I think Chris Montezuma. We're all, and then like I'm going to be part of it too. So they're going to start doing that, and shit, y'all are more welcome to join too. It's going to be great. I mean, I'm into that vampire stuff. It's crazy. Um, but yeah, definitely. So once again, thank y'all for coming out. You guys always welcome. Keep in touch with me. I'll keep in touch with y'all. Let me know any events. Shit, I'm down to go. You know, like I said,
Absolutely.
it's cool to have a girl group. That's awesome. Haven't seen one. So
So I actually did some research, and I think we're the first and only girl group in San Antonio.
yeah, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Might be wrong.
I
I
I
might be
I,
wrong.
I think so because I so far I mean I don't know all the paranormal groups here, but I know the main ones. Um, and I haven't seen one as far as the girl
Yes.
groups. So that's cool that y'all guys bonded together, and I'm very happy for y'all. And I'm glad that Art brought y'all to my attention. That was awesome. I thank him for that, and I thank y'all for like getting on board. And like I said, you're always welcome to come on the show. I'm gonna have when Art comes in, I'm gonna have like y'all come in and maybe some other guests. Um, but just keep in touch with like I said in my podcast. I'm gonna have more people come on. I'm gonna have probably another show coming up soon with some guys from. I just got in touch with them on Facebook. I think they're from Louisiana, if I'm correct. Um, they're gonna be on the show. But definitely, like, especially y'all, if y'all guys have shows too, like, hey, let me know. I'll get on. I don't care if you guys want to, like you said, you guys have your Wednesday hangouts. Hey, I'm down.
That's not a bad idea. I think we should start doing that.
I
Yeah,
think we should. I think we should make that a thing.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I'm more than happy if I'm off those days. Normally, that's when my days off. I usually my days off are on the weekdays. I'm in the weekday, yeah, weekdays, not weekends. But yeah, definitely let me know and hey, I'll pop on. I ain't got nothing to do. I mean,
Sounds
I
good.
sit at home. I just play music, play my games, just hang out with my daughter. That's all we do.
I really want to meet your daughter. She sounds amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's into this witchcraft stuff, and totally support it. I support it 100%. And she's smart, and she's like telling me all this crazy stuff. I don't even know, like story, like that whole lightning thing that happened. She was like, I was like, what? And I was like, I was so amazed. I was like, wow. Like, and she talks to like witches like on TikTok, I believe, because
Oh, that's awesome.
yeah, because
How
there's
old
a
is
lot of
she?
she's 18.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
So
awesome.
yeah, so she talk like I'm gonna bring her on investigations. Like if you guys have one, I'm gonna bring her.
Yeah.
So you'll meet
Oh
her.
yeah, of
Oh
course,
yeah,
of
She,
course.
she's welcome.
yeah, she has a gift, and she's just, like ready. I was gonna take her last, but she was 17, and I just feel like I don't know. I just didn't feel like she was ready, but
Right.
Yeah.
she's ready now, and she needs to be around women like y'all. To
Hey, if she wants to join our team, she's more than welcome to.
awesome. I'll let her know. Yeah, she was real stoked about it. But she was just shy. I was like, "Why don't you be on the show?" She's like, "No, Dad, no, no, no." Cause she's got her own computer. She's got everything. I was like, "Just get on your own computer," and she's like, "Oh, I don't know. Think about it." But yeah, she's ready to go, and if you guys can educate her and everything, and whatever. I mean, she's like I said, right now she's doing her own thing. She's like, Dad, I want to make protection spells and for you,
That's awesome.
and she like I order her crystals and all this stuff that we ordered
Oh,
online. So she's gonna make like these necklaces, and
I am a crystal junkie, so me and her are gonna have so much fun talking.
yeah, she's doing like I bought her this candles, and she's doing this stuff, and yeah, but she's really into it. She's really into it. So and that's good. That's good. I like that. So we have this cool bond. My other daughter, she's not really into it. She's kind of like she's like her mom. She's just there.
Me and Jennifer Walker,
She
every full moon we make moon water. Like we cleanse our tarot cards, we cleanse our crystals, we make moon water. Like that's our
yeah, she that's what she was talking about the other day too. Moon water. She wants to do that, and she wants to get into tarot cards.
Oh, I love
She
tarot.
wants those. I think she's gonna connect with all of y'all really good. She wants
Oh
to do
yeah.
that. She wants to get into tarot cards, and I'm like, go for it, do whatever. I just don't bring no crazy shit up in here. I just tell her that. That's what I tell her, and she's just like, and I shave my head, 'cause I don't have hair like I used to. So I tell her, make a spell so I can grow hair. She's like, I'm not there, Dad. I go, you do that, like that. But
That's awesome.
but you guys have a good night, and I'd welcome. Thank you for coming on the show. Uh, Viewers, make sure you watch this. Make sure you keep an eye out on Ghoul Gals, right? I think I got that right.
Yep.
Yes.
Yes.
Follow their page, like their page. You can find them on Instagram, right? Instagram, Facebook,
Twitter,
Instagram,
YouTube.
Facebook,
Twitter. Yeah,
Twitter.
make sure to like them, reach out to them. These girls know what they're doing. They know what's up. They're out there risking everything to help y'all out. And
Mhm.
like I said, just like their page. Go ahead and like my page. Anyone else, if you know anyone else, girls like that want to come on the show, let me know. Just tell me to go on Facebook, hit me up. They're more than welcome. Like I said, I'm just here to just share the paranormal world to the people. Not here for views. I don't care. I'm just here to just learn from people. Like I like to learn from y'all, educate myself, learn through, like you said, we'll learn from each other, and hopefully we'll see each other soon in the future when all this ends,
Oh
and
yeah.
Yes.
you get better,
Thank you.
you get
Yes.
better, and we'll keep you in my prayers, and
Thank you so much.
keep all of you on my prayers, all right? And like I said, thank you for coming. I was nice meeting y'all. I'm gonna upload this video as soon as we're done, and I'll give y'all the link, and then you guys
Sounds
can
good.
post it on y'all's page and pass it on to your friends.
Awesome. Thank you for
Awesome.
having us.
All
Yeah,
right,
thank
all
you.
right,
Yes.
all
Thank
right.
you.
You guys have a good night, all right?
You too.
And thanks,
You too.
and thank y'all, viewers, listeners. Remember, you guys are never alone, and you guys have a great night. You guys have a good night. Thank you.
Night.
Good
You
Thank
too.
you.
night.
You.
All right, bye
Thank
bye.
you.
Bye.